All right, if you're listening, this is the Sprinkle of Hope podcast. We're in Northeast Kansas currently. I got three co-hosts with me. I'm Kyle Stitham.
I am Zachary Troy Lux.
I'm Derek Barger.
I'm Nick Earhart.
Nick digs holes.
Yeah, he does. A lot of them. We're sponsored by, we got two sponsors today. First one's Putnam Crafts, and the second one is Bar C Innovations. We'll talk about them later. But yeah, we basically just started this podcast because I'd say 2 or 3, maybe more times a week, we do this exact same thing and just bullshit. So we thought it'd be funny if we put microphones in front of us. And I don't want to undercut our ability, but this is mostly just for our own egos because we think we're fucking hilarious. So, I mean, if you don't think it's funny, no, I mean, I don't care, but subscribe anyway. So.
I'll venture to say I will listen to this more times than anyone else in the world will.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
just going to let it loop on my phone to get our YouTube views up. I mean,
every day on the way to work, every day on the way home.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So I guess in I don't know, we're on episode 650 and we have 10 million people listen to our podcast. They're probably all going to want to know what we do. And so I don't want to tell them then. So I think we should use this time to do a little origin background story of just us individually. That sounded really deep, but what I meant was what your job is.
What you mean? What do I do for 8 hours a day, basically?
Yeah. So I don't
origin
care.
Story.
Derek,
My origin story is Paul and Penny. What are you talking about?
No shit. That's where we all started, right? Our parents.
we all
it's
started
the mid '80s at Royal Valley High School.
We all started with Paul and Penny.
I'll kick it off. I'm a financial advisor. That'll be your third sponsorship. Go ahead and you need any investment advice or anything like that, hit Derek up. That's what I do 8 hours a day. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go. This is Zach, if you couldn't tell, but see, I get asked this question a lot, and I still haven't found out.
You do. You get asked this a lot. Every time I'm with you.
I still don't know how to explain it, but I guess we'll go with I make the green snake-looking things around construction sites. It's the best way I can describe it. Do the sales and the deliveries and the production of it all.
He's being modest. He's an erosion control specialist.
Yes, specialist. If you have any questions about erosion,
Zach's your guy.
go to your 5th grade science book and then come to me. Oh, man.
All right, well, then I'll go next here. I pretty much dig holes for a living.
Third generation.
Yeah. My dad owns an excavating company, and I work for him, and eventually, hopefully, going to be taking that over, buying it from him, and moving on up with whatever he is, with what he has created.
I mean, eventually it could happen, but I'm basically counting on this taking off.
Aren't we all? Let's just sit here all day instead of go to work.
Well, I mean, I don't have a job, but currently going to K-State. I got a semester left. I'm studying mass communications and marketing, and if your brain immediately went, all of my relatives, to what are you going to do with that? I don't know. So we'll just go ahead and skip that. But, yeah, K-State student. Hopefully we get to be – actually, they just released that. We're going to go back to Manhattan.
Yep.
The semester.
Isn't half of it's online, though, or something?
No,
The end of the year is.
So we'll go to Thanksgiving break, and then we don't go back to school after that.
So it's just half a semester?
No. What? How long have you been out of school?
2 years.
Well, Zach, when he dropped out, he quit about August. So.
Oh yeah. See, my second year I went to school for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
But he was studying something else at the time.
Usually I think it's Thanksgiving break. It's Thanksgiving break, and then I think there's 3 weeks after Thanksgiving break before winter break. So they're starting the semester a week early, so that after Thanksgiving break, it'll just be dead week and finals week, and that's all going to be online. But have you guys seen the news about Manhattan lately? Some dude broke into the zoo and stole 2 alligators.
Yeah,
Dude, I saw something on Twitter today.
Swear to God.
Somebody posted a picture. They found one of the alligators, actually.
Where at?
They keep spotting them, and all I can picture is they keep spotting them and getting all these phone calls the police do. So all I can picture is they have this huge board up with a map of Manhattan, and they got a bunch of circled locations. And I want to say too that I think that criminal who stole that is my kind of guy, because he obviously didn't keep the alligators, so he just went into a zoo, decided he was going to take 2 alligators, and then he let him out. He's an agent of chaos, and I love it.
No, what he was doing is trying to see if he could resurrect Steve Irwin. Get him to come back and catch these motherfuckers.
What? I'm sure Steve Irwin has zero ties with Kansas.
No.
But alligators.
Yeah, that's
But
true. But I think we just found a name for the first episode. But
But
alligators.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're ever gonna catch them, but they're not very big. So
Like 5
Why would
foot,
you
right?
steal baby alligators?
I don't know. I mean,
I
you
mean, if
probably
if
sell
you're
them.
gonna steal one, go big or go home.
Did they steal them from a pet store or a zoo?
They stole them from the zoo. I'm pretty sure.
I heard
Now
a
that
pet
takes
store.
some nuts.
Oh, you heard a pet store?
That's what I heard.
I thought it was pet store
Let
too.
me just Google it.
Does Manhattan have a zoo?
Yeah, they're it's called like the Sunset Zoo, I believe.
I bet that's.
I've never been there. I'm not a big zoo guy. Last time I went to a zoo, all I wanted to see was the hippos, and for some reason they didn't have those in stock or something, so I didn't get to see the hippos, so I was pissed. But the Omaha Zoo is cool.
Were
if
they
you
on
get a
back
chance,
order
go.
or what?
Screaming at bushes, you were so upset.
I was really upset.
Silly.
Shut up.
Oh God.
I'm trying to find the. Oh, I just Googled. Oh, okay. Well, the first thing I Googled was alligators. So.
That's kind of broad.
Alligator. Maybe it was a crocodile.
Did you guys see the thing that Baseball Bros tweeted? It was like, who is the most famous baseball player from your high school town?
Yeah, you tweeted Justin Iosi.
It is Justin Iosi.
The cleatless wonder.
But I was serious. I was sitting there. I was like, do we really got anybody that you could say is like famous?
No.
Nick Earhart.
Like, have we had a D?
Wrong.
Have we had
I
a D1 baseball player?
Honestly,
Nick Earhart.
us four
I just didn't
doing
go.
this are more famous than anyone else that's
I
graduated.
don't think you guys understand. I'm famous. I just decided not to go.
All right. All right.
Where were you gonna go to school? Deaf and the blind?
Maybe.
Oh, that was stupid.
Is that
I
a
shouldn't have said
university or
that.
community college?
You're a goddamn idiot.
Oh God.
Okay, so they're in
Shit, sorry,
Wildcat
man.
Creek.
Where's
which
that
is-
at?
It's a creek that runs through Manhattan. I mean,
Oh.
you want me to give me coordinates or like I don't know. But
Yeah,
when,
give me
every
a pin
time
drop.
you know when you see like it rains a lot and Manhattan floods, it's because that
Mm-hmm.
creek flooded. So,
Well, that should expose the alligators pretty quick.
Yeah.
You just need a good rain.
well, yeah, until you're cleaning up a flood and then you reach under to get your socking.
And that's where
socking.
Steve Irwin comes in.
Thank you.
I don't. Where did they steal them? There's a search for the alligator in Wildcat Creek. It stopped until Friday morning. What do you mean stopped? Please don't
No,
stop.
fuck them alligators. We don't.
They're going to procreate, turn into the Australian outback.
Oh my God!
It's
Can you
like-
imagine?
That would be awesome.
There's literally no alligators in mainland America, and then all of a sudden, Manhattan, Kansas just turns into a hub for them.
Hmm.
If it does happen and they grow up and actually kill somebody, I hope that doesn't happen. But I feel like the university's legally obligated to change their name. We got to be the K-State Gators.
Just a knockoff of Florida or what? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're
Maybe the K-State Crocs.
Yeah, I like that better.
Oh,
I'm wearing
that's-
Crocs right now.
God, you're a queer.
Nice little plug there, Nick.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was stolen from Reptile World, which is not a zoo.
It's a pet store.
I
is a
wouldn't
pet
imagine.
store.
God, you guys are idiots. Do
I
some
just figured it
research.
was stolen. Why do they have baby
Who wants a
alligators at
pet
zoo, though?
alligator?
That's a good point.
That's
I
true.
mean, seriously,
What kind of
though.
psychopath do you know where you could put a pet alligator? Down here.
Nice.
In your basement?
Just felt like you can
We got
literally
a
like
low spot over in the west corner.
Just fill it full
give
of
it a-
water.
Give it a pool of water.
That ain't bad, actually.
definitely do that.
Except for when it wakes you up in the middle of the night, just looking at you in the bedroom.
Well, I won't be doing laundry anytime soon. That's for sure.
If it's just waking you up when it's looking at him, how's it? Is it gonna tap on the shoulder and
Hey-
then go
hey,
back to
you.
looking at him? Or
Hey,
is
you,
there-
I'm hungry.
You know, I feel pretty good about my odds. I think he's not conquering those stairs.
Oh, you'd be
Oh,
surprised.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa, time out. Gators can climb stairs. Look that up. There's
I
no
don't
way.
know.
There's
I
no way.
guarantee they can.
I would think it's an animal with legs. But
Legs.
They are short.
They have
though.
toothpicks put in their sides
Okay. All right. Can
with webbed feet.
We're talking about a baby,
alligators.
too.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
This is
A pet.
adolescent.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. This isn't a Mesozoic
Okay.
crocodile.
I typed in can alligators and immediately what popped up was climb stairs. So
horse shit.
This is a question
Swear.
people have had.
So why is that? I mean, it wasn't the first on the list, but
I'm putting out a
but why did anyone else
putting
Google
out a
that
Twitter
ever?
poll.
All right. Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Is we have a Twitter. It's what is it?
SOH_podcast. Go give it a
Right.
follow.
Go give it a follow, and
We'll be tweeting some great stuff.
we're like,
sure.
obviously this isn't live, but never mind. I about said something stupid.
Mhm.
Somebody can go on there and tweet though that we are recording. If anybody has questions or anything dumb they want to say, they could tweet it at us. So do that, Derek, while you're on there.
I'm on it, man.
Okay, tweet it.
Derek's a big tweeter.
All right,
I'm
Reddit.
a big Twitter. Also, go ahead and go follow the individual Twitter too.
I want
You'll
you
love
to.
it.
I want you to listen to this to this. So on Reddit, there's somebody posted and said, can an alligator climb stairs? And the very first response is no. They always take the elevator.
Nice.
We need to get that person on our podcast. Just moved to Florida. Says, can an alligator climb stairs? I just moved to Florida. There's one in my lake in my backyard. He's watching me. Watch him. Why does he have such an intimate relationship with this alligator?
Late at night, he spotlights it and looks deep through its soul.
Also, whose initial thought is like, there's a threat of alligators, let's just build a set of stairs. And we'll be fine.
Oh, hell yeah. Nick, your mother just gave us the follow.
Just
Nice.
circle the whole lake in stairs.
For when
Get out now, you little fucker.
For when you're listening to this, Karen, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Circle the whole lake and stairs.
It's their kryptonite.
So which one can swim in the like freshwater? Is that an
I
alligator
think
or a
that's a
crocodile?
gator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that would
crocodile.
make sense if an alligator got stolen. Wildcat Creek's
Actually,
probably
it has
not
to be,
salty.
It has
So
to be a gator
Yeah,
because, like, during. Never mind. I was gonna say something stupid.
During mating, is that what you're going for? or
Well,
no?
I feel like, I know, like, Louisiana is attached to the river. Or
That's
to,
what I was
attached
go-
to the ocean,
I'm,
but I feel like they also hunt them in mainland Louisiana where, holy shit, I don't know.
I mean, is it?
I think it's
is
an
it
alligator.
Saltwater in mainland. Like,
I mean, there is a big ass delta there.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
I'll Google it. You guys need to bring your laptops. Difference.
Zach, did you get my laptop?
between
No, Derek, I
alligators.
brought you your briefcase. That's on you now,
You're
brother
sack
bear.
of shit.
Difference between alligators and crocodiles. The second most, I typed in difference between, and it said difference between alligators and crocodiles, and then difference between communism and socialism.
Interesting.
So that's probably.
Oh, I can answer that. Basically, socialism is just one step before communism.
All right, wake me up when he's done.
Yeah, no shit. Just gonna take a fucking nap.
Alligators have U-shaped faces that are wide and short, while crocodiles have slender. I don't
Okay, I
care.
knew
What can they
that.
breathe? Crocodiles, on the other hand,
I don't think
flash
you
a
breathe
toothy
water.
grin. What? Their top and bottom teeth. Dude, I don't care. Where do they live? Which is bigger, alligators or... Oh, why do I keep clicking on the things that aren't the question I'm asking? All right. How do I Google that?
Are alligators
Freshwater fish.
freshwater?
Fish? Try again.
And oh god, I can't type. Crocodiles living. Jesus, I spelled every word wrong. I typed in alligators and crocodiles lysing. Interestingly, the Florida Everglades is the only place in the world where both alligators and crocodiles live together.
So do Burmese pythons.
It's like a breeding ground for allicrocs. or like
They're like
crocogators. Oh, that sounds awesome. We gotta have dial in it though.
They're like
Allidiles.
they're like the
Nope.
mules of the reptilian world.
That would be. Do you think they like each other?
Absolutely not.
Or they're like a little bit of. They're like. I mean, what's the diff? Like.
What do
I
you
think it's
like
probably
when-
like
what do you think it's
Japanese
like
and
when,
Taiwan
like-
people. Like
They probably
they kind of
tolerate
look the
each
same,
other.
but they each judge the shit out of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what happens if that one alligator crosses a crocodile line and mates another one? Like, do they,
Then it's
do
just
they
like
accept it?
it's like a mule, dude.
Do they accept it?
What's a half blood?
Yeah.
I think one of them's probably pissed. I don't remember which one it has, but. One
I
of
think
them.
Crocs
I mean,
are
if
the
I
angry
couldn't show a
ones.
toothy grin, I'd be mad. Mad at the dude across the street that can, you know.
God, this motherfucker's always so happy.
Quit smiling, you douche. I'll give you something to smile about. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Okay, speaking on the animals, this is a long-going debate that I've had with multiple people, and there's really no way to figure it out. Who wins in a fight? A hippo? No,
Yep.
that's not it.
Hippo
A
always
silverback gorilla
Ooh,
or a
very formidable.
grizzly bear.
Oh, this is good.
wins.
I think I'll let you guys say your thing. and then-
I'm
The
giving the
gorilla.
athleticism edge to the gorilla.
I think the gorilla's gonna be able to grab a tool to use
A tool.
a weapon, a tool. Same
What's he
thing.
gonna buy? Grab a
but-
stalk of
But
bamboo?
am I right?
He's just
though?
gonna go in.
I mean,
He's
like,
just gonna go back to his little cave and fucking go into his little chest and grab a fucking hammer out, Nick. He's
Yeah,
a
if we're-
fucking animal.
If we're, well, yeah, I mean that's the thing is maybe a gorilla probably could use a tool, but well, no one's gonna give him a tool.
You don't know, man. They're in the
No,
wild.
No.
No,
I'm
going-
giving the athleticism edge to the gorilla. Like I feel like he can really, he can get lateral on him and give him some issues. But at the end of the day, we've got to face the fact that this Tro has claws and teeth. He has real life weapons attached to him.
Have you seen a gorilla's canines, brother?
That's true.
It's not a bear.
I don't know,
Gorillas
man.
eat grass, Zach.
I'm taking
Bears
a gorilla,
eat-
man.
No, they eat nothing but bananas.
Bears eat beets.
Battlestar Galactica.
Nice. No, I'm taking a gorilla, man.
So
Too agile.
So you're taking a gorilla. What are you taking,
I
Nick?
kind of like the gorilla. I mean,
Okay.
I'm still with the weapon thing on this. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be a weapon that obviously
Okay,
somebody gives
okay,
him.
Nick. Okay, Nick.
I'm
We're
not saying,
talking about middle of a desert, no
You
weapon.
didn't-
Why? Is that like
First
neutral
off,
field
like,
advantage?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
You put him in a jungle. Gorilla can grab a stick.
That's what,
But we put 'em in a
we
desert,
playing Animal
no
Mortal
weapons.
Kombat.
How-
You pressed
I mean-
random on the site selection.
Yeah.
and they're in a desert.
Playing fucking Donkey Kong here. Okay. All right. Finish, Nate. Go ahead. Sorry.
So
it's all good.
what I'm getting here is that Zach's taking a gorilla.
I haven't decided.
Derek's undecided. Nick's taking a gorilla with a hammer.
It's not a hammer.
What's its weapon?
I need
It's
to know.
anything that he can grab. He can throw a rock.
Location is
Can a
ex-
bear throw a rock?
I guess
That's
if they're in the
true.
desert, he can pick up sand and throw it in his
Okay,
eyes.
look-
Can a bear throw a rock?
Location
No.
is extremely important.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Like location is extremely.
You're
important.
right.
If we're in a jungle, I think that gorilla's off trees and shit, and he's creating real issues angle wise for the bear. But if we're talking like they're
Are
sitting.
we
next,
talking about a boxing ring?
It's like a chair ladder whatever the fuck
cage
match.
match.
Yeah,
It's a cage match.
A chair ladder match.
Okay, that is a
really
good question.
rolls
Though.
off
That's
the
a
tongue.
very neutral site. I mean, I'm gonna guess that this is a reinforced boxing ring.
What if we're just in,
Well,
okay? How
I
about
don't
we're just
think
in a
it's gonna
Morton
be-
building?
Why don't we just have Caleb and
no.
Brent fight?
Oh, that would work.
Who's the gorilla, Brent?
I don't know.
No, Brent's a
You think
bear.
Brent's-
He's
oh, Brent is the
slower,
bear.
more lumber.
Yeah. Caleb's
Yeah.
definitely a silverback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't give him that.
Well, if
He's gonna take that. and run with it.
Orangutan, maybe.
Yeah.
If Caleb was an animal, he'd be probably a shark, right?
I think more of a hippo.
I
Hippos
actually
do-
think
hippos
he's
are-
very silverback-like.
Hippos are mean.
Yeah. I guess he is. Sadly, but God, his head's gonna not be able to fit
Have
through
you
the
ever
door.
seen his ass? It's just like one of them thick-ass gorillas.
No, you're right. Sure enough.
Odd take there, but
I don't know if I have actually ever seen his. Yeah. Well,
You've
You
never
most
seen his
certainly
ass?
have.
What does that mean?
why? Why are you more certain of that than I am?
I don't know. I feel like that's something we've all seen.
It is kind of like a rite of passage that nobody wants.
yeah.
Oh,
So what's your? Okay, so concrete building, fully concrete.
This basement.
We just
Roof or not?
okay.
yes, it's a box that they can't get out of.
Okay.
With cinder blocks?
I don't know.
What do
What do
you
you want me to
just
give it a
start-
grade of concrete? Like,
Yes.
Are there wall ties where the gorilla can climb? Like, I mean, what? Seriously though, this is all
No,
serious.
It's
it's
literally
all
just-
smooth finish concrete.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
heavens.
Ooh.
It's like an insane asylum
I
room,
still,
but with concrete.
I still like the gorilla in this
I
situation.
do not. If we're going with the cinder block room, I'm giving it to the thing with
The gorilla
objects.
has lateral movement. He can move.
Doesn't matter. The bear can literally back
You know,
himself into
bears
a
can run
corner.
like 26 miles an hour or
Yeah,
something
but,
like that.
And he
but
can
I
stand
guarantee
up.
I guarantee a gorilla can jump. He can jump out of a situation.
What's our weights here, Kyle? What are we
Yeah.
looking at here? What's a
All
male
right, hold on.
silverback run?
Oh, a grizzly bear can run 35 miles an hour.
Damn, that is
Jesus
scooting.
H, that-
Yeah, that is
That's
moving.
moving.
Why does
Damn, nature, you scary.
somebody Googled grizzly bear 40-yard dash? What, they put it on the blocks.
Is that a thing?
Male
Did you just run on a shoot?
silverback weight.
Silverback gorilla weight.
I got 300 to 400 pounds.
I got, yeah. Well, this one says Eastern gorilla 330 pounds, Western 350.
So we're saying
We're taking a
he's-
Western dog.
He's about 3.5. A bear? No, it's a bear, dude. He's 600 pounds. He's almost doubled him in weight, and he's got sharp.
Speed, yeah. Speed doesn't really
Claws.
come into.
Playing a cinder block room.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't
okay,
matter.
if it's
No.
a small cinder block room, I'm changing to bear because you get him back down. Gorilla can't use his agility and
What's he using the agility for in a
open area.
in any size room? If it's a smart bear, he's just backing up into a corner saying,
What
"Come
is-
at me."
Not if he's in the jungle. There's no corners in the jungle.
We were talking about a cinder block.
That's what I'm
room.
saying. I'm changing my answer if we're in a cinder block room.
Okay.
This says if no firearms or tranquilizers are involved, a gorilla can reach to 20 to 25 miles an hour. Duh. What does that?
What does that mean?
What does
What
that
you
mean?
shoot him with fucking?
I'm pretty sure if he took a bullet to the head, he's running 0 miles an hour. Like, why did they have to specify that? Like before the Olympic 100-meter dash, they're like, "Just want to let you know, no firearms or tranquilizers are being involved. This is a world record." Stupid.
I wonder what the world record is for a gorilla sprint with a tranquilizer. Like, what is it?
There's
Probably the bigger the gorilla because you can take more tranks.
Probably.
That's true.
But I don't know if do they have different weight classes. I don't think this is a thing that's ever happened.
No,
we
there's
should
no
do it
way.
on the podcast.
I'm in.
Nice.
Call Caleb.
A grizzly beats a silverback 10 times out of 10. The average silverback weighs about 350 pounds, stands at 5.5 feet tall, so the gorilla tries to get around the grizzly, which proves pretty tough. gorillas are quick, making up to speeds that the bears have them beat. I'm just reading a little synopsis here.
From who? Cite your source.
The Gonzaga Bulletin.
Oh, sweet. Hell yeah.
You're telling me Bulldogs are trying to tell me who's going
That's
to
what
win
I'm
a fight?
saying.
So a college kid wrote this.
Yes.
So basically, you and your communications degree
Yep.
could have published that exact work.
Bingo.
How
There you
about
go,
that?
Darren in jail. You know what he's gonna do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be an animal fights commentator.
So basically, you could be like Joe Rogan light. You're doing podcast and commentating fights, just things that no one care about.
I'm gonna
Right.
shave my head and get huge. Oh my god.
Maybe try your hand at stand-up comedy.
I was on the way here. I was gonna obviously cross the highway from 134, and do you ever get that moment where you're sitting there and like I don't know about you guys, I couldn't tell you how big it is now, but you have kind of like a mental gap in your head of gap between cars is like a no-go and a go-go. Like you're gonna go. Well, like you ever get that moment where there's like 12 vehicles and they're all perfectly spaced out, like they stopped 10 miles back and decided they're just gonna screw the guy at the intersection up there.
Yeah. I had that today on the way to work.
Does your like perception of what an acceptable gap is slowly get looser? I'm like,
Yeah.
I can make it.
Yeah.
I can make it. I can make it.
You start rolling when they're about.
What I do is I put it in reverse. I come down the hill about 30, and I just time it like I'm sprinting through a gap.
It depends on what kind of,
Ballsy.
It's like 46 down, honestly.
What'd you say, Nick?
depends on what lane they're in. Because if I can creep
That's
out,
true.
if I can creep to
mid
that
lane,
right
yeah,
lane,
they're-
I'm gonna
they're
take
in
it.
the left. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
You're already in the right lane when they're.
I've never
even
thought
with
about
you.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I do
Also
that
depends
all
on
the
what I'm
time.
driving.
Yeah. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Worst driver, women or old people? Go.
Oh, man, that's a good one. I don't know what it is, but there is an age.
That's what I'm saying.
There's an age where you have turned into, you are a hazard to society.
Well, I fully believe that after the age of like 70, probably you should have to get a driver's license check like every 5 years.
Yes. Oh,
Every
5
five?
years?
Try every 6 months. You know how fast dementia sets in, Kyle?
Yeah, these guys, dude, I'm talking about, they just put it in reverse coming out of the driveway. They don't care who's back there.
No.
They're
Oh,
coming.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It is. Just no shit's given.
Yeah, I do want to. I mean, like, I don't know. Or women. Okay, women, bad drivers. Like,
Okay, but women and old people are on the complete opposite spectrum. Women just, I mean,
I
there's
think women
there's
It's pedal to the metal.
They're-
I mean,
they're
100,
reckless.
100 miles an hour, don't care. But old people, they're so careful that
It's dangerous.
they go 20 and a 50, and it causes nothing but trouble.
Nothing but trouble.
I agree. I also do think though that I think it's got to be. I don't. But now I'm making a case for women because think about this: a
We
20-year-old
just
woman.
lost half our listeners right there.
Yeah, we had 4. And so a 20-year-old woman is, without a doubt, I think, a worse driver than a 65-year-old woman.
Yes.
Elaborate.
So if the elderly woman is better than the younger woman, then wouldn't
That nullifies the question.
wouldn't women be worse drivers? Wow. When do you think your peak driving age is? I'm not going to say that I got behind the wheel at 15 and was,
Well,
Kyle
I
Busch.
think
but-
obviously.
I think mine will be 51.
I think mine's gonna be like mid 30s when I have my first kid, and I just
That's true. A
you know
kid
I'm
changes you.
driving about nothing but a mile over the speed limit.
So like I drive now.
Nick, do you think you're a better
Yeah,
driver
yeah.
now than you were when you first started?
Nick's,
I mean,
Nick's an
obviously-
awful driver unless there's a gooseneck on the back of it.
Or
He
even a
just
dump truck.
He just smokes curves, dude.
or it's a dump truck, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Anything that the average citizen's not driving, Nick's good at.
But I think you reach a stage where
Deuce
it's
and a
like
half, tank, doesn't matter.
you start out.
Nick gets behind a Sherman and he's just cooking down I-75.
You get behind the wheel as a kid, and you're
Shit in your pants.
kind of scared, so you take it easy.
Yeah.
But then eventually you get more skill and confidence until you reach a peak where I think you're your best driver, and then
You're
then
overconfident.
your skill doesn't move, but your confidence keeps rising.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You just
Talking
think
like
you're Iron Man.
You're talking like the time that we were in the Camry leaving baseball practice. Whip it, smoke a ditch, gear shift goes up your ass, head off the side mirror, and then I have to explain to Paul, well, I accidentally caved the front end a little bit.
Actually, what happened was
The seat rolled in that situation. Also,
You were- True.
the seat of his car was not
Seat was
fastened
not
to the
bolted down. It
bottom.
was like it was a roller coaster ride. It's like riding the zipper at the Holton Fair. You don't know if you're gonna make it.
Just cross your fingers.
I
and pray.
distinctly remember that because you whipped it and then overcorrected or something, hit that ditch, and it's not like we flipped the fucking car, but it was kind of like a traumatic 3 seconds, and
We
I
hit
didn't know
pretty
what
hard.
happened. And all I knew was that my kneecap hurt and my forehead hurt. And my kneecap, I think, moved the gear shift like 3 spots forward, and the rear view mirror was completely vertical.
Straight vertical. And the scariest part was I looked up at the mirror and I was just looking myself in the eye, and I could see the oh shit on my face. I was like, well, let's get out and see how it looks. Now, luckily, this
wasn't that bad.
This was a $600 98 Camry. Yeah, there's not a whole lot you could do to it.
Right.
No.
Those things are as close to invincible as anything.
That's right. It's basically a Sherman tank.
Yeah.
We pulled some I think we pulled some sod out of the front. There was some broken plastic, but
Yeah, I mean, I just grabbed the front, popped it back out a little bit. There was a small chunk missing, but no harm, no foul.
I heard you if you get a dildo and
You
pour
suction
some suction on, you can pull dents out.
or you could just get the tool that's actually made for that.
Yeah,
Zach, remember when I hit that trash can in Hoyt driving down the
I
alley?
remember that.
Yeah, Nick, I do.
Well, let's tell this story because I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a late basketball practice. And
Zach was in front of me. He was a wrestler at the time. Zach went on the other side, but it's all right.
Just to whoop your ass.
Let's go leotards.
But he went on the other side. But we're driving down this alley, and Zach didn't get out of the way of this trash can, but he swerved last minute. I didn't see it, and I told Derek I guess I'm gonna hit it, and I absolutely murdered this trash can. and broke it in about 4 different pieces.
He had one of those black things across the top of his hood that looks like a real thin Italian mustache, and just cracked that thing right in half.
Big old, it was a white truck, big old green mark on the front.
The little bug guard.
Was that the Dodge?
Yeah,
That was in the Dodge.
Yeah, it was in
wasn't
the
it?
Dodge.
The
And then,
Dodge.
like, a couple months later, this kid pulled in the parking lot, and the principal was like, hey, man, come out here. I think this kid hit your car. And I walk out, and there's big green marks on the front. He's like, I think he hit your car. I was like, nah, he didn't do that. I did that. Like,
He had smoked a
can.
waste management trash can.
Oh, that's incredible.
yeah.
Trash can. Dude, I missed the Crown Vic.
I had to drive that once, and I think I turned the steering wheel 3 times to the right before the wheels moved at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You can literally have your hand on top of the steering wheel, turn it completely to the bottom and up in half a second, and it's not moving. I swear.
It was so loose.
The windows didn't roll down either.
Yeah, well, they fell down, but they didn't
Yeah.
roll.
It was more of we had to tape it up when the rainstorm came, so they wouldn't go
You
down.
guys remember that day we went to the what was it called? The Fiesta?
Yes.
And we packed 6 deep in that motherfucker.
We looked like we were going
oh,
to Fiesta.
no, but that's a Ford Focus.
Oh, like Fiesta Mexicana?
yeah, like down in
Topeka?
Oakland.
Zach was up for Prince or King, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I got my bachata on that night.
I don't even know what just happened. Were you going to be king of Mexico?
Yes, down there I was. I carried my roots over, and that's I work in Oakland now. So like every time I drive through for work, they come out with maracas and they shake them for me.
I don't even know what I'm listening to.
It's fucking sweet.
Demonetized.
Were we really up for something?
No, Kyle,
No.
clearly
No.
that was fucking stupid.
Well, I don't.
Have you ever been to the Fiesta?
No.
They do like a prince and a queen. That's not
Yeah.
what they call them.
We
It's
just
like
went-
Fiesta Queen or something like that.
Why did you guys go? Just for
Oh,
fun?
no, you just go
They
down
have
there and eat
carnival
food.
rides. And
And,
have you ever ate the cooking of a
Oh, my
Mexican?
dad
it's
works
fucking
that thing like every
It's
year.
fucking sweet.
Yeah.
you know, it's awesome.
Oh, I bet. Well, he got my sister one of them drug rug things.
Drug rug.
Yeah.
fucking Shaws?
That's like a little. Yeah, it looks like a carpet.
But they
they-
cut a little hole in the
they
top
wear
of it. And they
'em,
put 'em
yeah.
on.
Oh, like the
It's called a shawl.
With like seat covers and old like 70s pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like that green chair that used to sit in my apartment. In
It's literally
Emporia.
what Blake Chance drives around.
Yeah.
He used to drive around with hanging on the back of his seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was an actual.
He wore that.
That was
he
a,
wore that. At
that
the
was a
state one
blanket
night.
that he cut a hole in.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's the same thing.
It
yeah.
was the same thing.
Me,
yeah.
Blake Garrison, and Blake Chance all cut holes in those, and yeah, I remember that.
It's quite the deal.
I don't think I was there.
I have that. I
wasn't
have
there.
that right over there. Let me go
Really?
grab this.
Do you really still have it?
Yeah. I know you guys can't see it on the podcast, but we're gonna love it.
I remember you actually have a picture of this.
Yeah, I remember seeing the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be your profile picture for a while.
Me?
No, Derek.
Oh, I was about to say I wasn't even there that night. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wasn't there. Were you sure it was at State Pond?
Uh huh.
Yeah, it was a state pond. Yeah.
I
for
thought
sure.
I only missed one time.
Yeah, look, he's got it on right now. Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah. It's fucking sweet.
Yeah, I remember because they put like belts around it. He looked like a Jedi. He did, like he really did.
Well, I think he was cold and just didn't want to be
Well, Derek's
tied
still
down to a
gone. Derek's still
blanket.
gone. Let's talk shit on Derek for a minute here. No, I'm just kidding.
Stupid idiot, letting us do this in his house.
Yeah,
Fronting all the
dumbass.
money. Jerk.
Fucking asshole.
So I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I'm 21 now. So
Nice.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
turned 21
It's gonna be a fun weekend.
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, June 10th, right?
Oh my God, Sancho Panza's back.
Nick's Don Quixote.
Okay,
Do you remember this? Do you remember that umpire that was literally Sancho Panza?
No.
Dude, yes, he was the umpire, baseball, and every time he came around, that's all we would scream was scream was Sancho Panza.
Like for high school?
Yeah.
Yes. Derek, you
No.
remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really
Remember Froggy
Garrett's
in middle
good.
school?
I do remember
football?
Froggy. I'm still convinced that his knees bent backwards.
Not backwards, they were out. It was like pointed out.
All I know is he looked like a fucking drawing.
He could fucking scoot though. I guess
He
we were in like
could, dude.
6th grade, so
Froggy could haul, man.
it's kind of a hard comparison
Of
because we were
course,
in
he
6th
could
grade.
jump 5 yards at a time. Gotcha.
He was YMCA, right? Like when we used to play off 24.
Yeah. We used to play it.
Do you remember that one dude? I called him Cyclops. He was a basketball referee, and I'm pretty sure he only had one eye. That's why I called him out.
Oh, yeah.
And he would always run backwards and do finger guns. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
I made friends with the refs because I was really bad. So I don't know if that's gonna change. I'd airball it and I'd be like, "No, it went in, right?"
I haven't been known to make friends with refs particularly.
Yeah, no shit.
Don't be a dick, dude.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. Just don't be an asshole.
Dow
No,
was
liter-
down 7% today.
The
Oh.
Dow?
Derek, we don't give a shit.
Actually, Derek does.
I can't
I
take you
give two
seriously.
shits.
You're dressed like, oh god, I gotta look up her name. It's gonna be way funny if I say the right name.
Oops. Did you guys see this thing in like Washington where the cops left?
You're dressed like Shmi Skywalker. Okay, sorry, go.
I said, did you see the thing in Seattle where they literally, like the police left, they left it to the rioters and then they set up, like you ever seen The Dark Knight Rises where they're holding like people's court and then just sentencing
Oh,
them
yeah,
there?
that's-
Like they're
yeah.
like real life doing that. They set barricades up around like a 7-block and they just have people marching around with guns. Like you got to see their ID to come into it. It's crazy.
Yeah, did you see that? I saw a picture today. They tried to plant a garden,
Yeah.
but instead of tilling it, they took topsoil and put it on top of the grass and then planted plants into the topsoil and thought it was going to work.
Well, that's why we leave it up to farmers, Antifa.
So like they didn't kill the grass underneath. They just put the
No,
dirt.
they it's like they went and grabbed bags of Miracle
Oh,
Grow
my.
and spread it out in this rectangle and then said, we're gonna farm.
You know, Kyle's family's pretty good at killing grass.
Turns out.
Okay.
Backstory, please, Scott.
Hold on, real quick. They like all raided the Costco so that the protesters had something to eat, and then like they eventually ran out of food. And
Well,
so
it's
they
a
like
Costco.
Yeah, but then they like put in like a request to like the National Guard, like, can you drop in some food? And they specified, could you drop in some vegan food stuff based on soy?
No, they didn't.
Real life.
Oh my goodness.
What is... Why?
Whatever happened to beggars can't be choosers?
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever happened to people being not stupid?
No shit.
2020, man.
So...
Yeah, go back to the grass
Yeah,
killing.
the grass killing.
Yeah. So every year, we spray our yard for weeds and shit like that. We actually haven't done it this year yet. I think.
That
you
particular
were
year,
supposed to
they
do
sprayed
that,
for
weren't you?
A
grass.
little stage fright.
So we
Kyle,
went
weren't
to...
you supposed to do that, but you got drunk instead?
No, I was supposed to mow the yard,
Oh.
which I did the next day. Grass was still long. Anyway, we're supposed to spray it. Put some 2,4-D on is what we usually use, and that kills just the chemical that kills the
It
grass.
doesn't really kill the grass.
Well, it kills.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's not supposed to kill the grass. So I think Dad threw on a little bit more 2,4-D than he thought he did. Just like he did that on purpose. Not a crazy amount, but he sprays the grass, and I don't know how long it took, but I drove home one day and parked the truck and was just looking around.
It was a matter of about 3 or 4 days.
And I was like, Dad, why does the yard look yellow? And he was like, oh shit, don't tell your mom, because my mom was like leaving for like a trip. And so like she left, and then
Like it's just gonna be green in a week?
yeah, I was like, what's the? I guess it's it always gets worse before it gets better. I don't really thought it was gonna happen. Turns out he went down to the county to get this spray, and instead of giving him 2,4-D, they gave him like off-brand Roundup. So basically, he just killed our entire yard. But the cool thing is that when it all died, he was like, I'm pretty fucking good at spraying. Like, he killed the whole
He
damn
didn't
thing.
miss a spot.
No,
We'll
he
say
didn't.
that.
Killed the whole
He did
damn
not
thing.
miss a spot.
Now, granted, if I remember this correctly, this was shortly before you were scheduled to have the graduation party at your house, correct?
Yeah, I had a
They-
graduation party,
yeah.
and basically everybody parked in our front yard and just pulled in. You wouldn't
Because
normally
they
do that,
could?
but yeah, it was basically Saudi Arabian themed. Like we were out in the middle of the desert, but I didn't really care. Dad he was like, I'm so sorry, and I was like,
It's kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
you were the talk of the town for about like 6 months.
That's really sad if you were to talk to the town if you kill your grass.
I don't know what that says about our town.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it happens, though. We haven't killed it yet since. It looks good.
Like they
does.
say, you learn from your mistakes.
It's true. It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, baby.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to do an ad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Let's shout out our bomb sponsors.
So, as I mentioned before, podcast sponsored by Bar C Innovations. They basically just have one product right now. That's called it's a quick pin. So basically what it is, it's a 2-piece hitch pin with a removable top. It was designed kind of in the idea that if your baler were to catch on fire while you're baling hay, you'll have this pin in place. And basically you release a pin within the pin, and then the top will pop off, and then you can kind of get in the tractor, wiggle it back and forth if you need to, and the rest of the pin will just fall to the ground and you can drive away before you lose a very expensive piece of equipment. If you want to check it out, you can go to quickpinhitchpin.com, and they have 3 sizes right now: a 7/8, 1 and an 1/8 inch, and then 5/8 is coming soon. He doesn't have that yet though. But yeah, it's all American made. Again, that's quickpinhitchpin.com, and I'll mention his name again at the end and say the website in case you want to wait till then. But yeah, it's one of our sponsors. Anyway,
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Are those sold at any local stores here in town, in Topeka?
I don't know about in Topeka. I
was talking to him. I think he said Tar Waters has them.
I thought it was
don't
a
they?
okay.
Tar
Waters.
Waters,
I don't know.
Tar Waters Farm and Home has them,
Yeah.
in
So-
Topeka and Holton.
If you're in Topeka or
Okay.
Holton, stop by there.
Yeah, I
pick
didn't
one
for
up.
sure.
I wasn't actually sure if they had them in
I think
Topeka yet.
Wag's Feed Store in Hoyt also is selling.
Wag's
Wags
He's trying to get them sold at Napa Auto Parts in Seneca right now, and then also Bruna Implement in Seneca. He's also trying to get them sold there, but
All American made, great product.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
all American made. Yeah,
America.
go check them out. They're a little bit more expensive than a regular hitch pin, but
But you're also saving I don't know how expensive a baler is, but you're also
Your
you're
baler's
not a
probably gonna
tractor.
burn, yeah.
The baler's gonna burn, but
It's not a place you want to skip out on your spending.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep. Invest now, save later.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Prevention's cheaper than fixing it.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's actually our good buddy Blake Chance. Who
Absolutely.
he started that. Me and him are roommates at K-State. But
Smart fella.
He
Very
really is.
smart.
Top notch.
Well,
He's,
common sense is a little lacking, but
Yeah.
hard to argue with.
I mean,
he had a good idea and
He
he went
did.
with it. That's
He's an
that's all that
innovator.
matters.
a lot of people have a lot of good ideas, I think, but he's actually executing on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the little
a
guy.
lot of my ideas are dumb.
Well, yeah,
Something
Nick.
like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
absolute
do.
blast.
I do want to say that too. That I mean, I'm not gonna off put anybody that's listening to this, but you know who you are. Kind of skeptical about it, but now you're listening to it, so fuck your free time.
If you've made it this far, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
We love you.
We love
Absolutely.
you.
We're
Love our
like-
listeners.
We're
Love
like a
our
half
fans.
hour in.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, next sponsor. Who we got?
No, we'll wait a little bit and we'll do the next one. We'll space them out.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That's why we put him in charge.
Yeah, man, no shit.
And
He's
we'll
the
mention
tech
that.
guy, smart guy here.
Mention
I
them
would
at
go
the-
around and ask what everyone's drinking, but if you notice, I'm gonna guess you can go ahead and take a good shot and get it right.
Let's go ahead and do it anyways.
Who's starting?
All right, what do you think I'm drinking? Anybody guess? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Busch Light. Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby. I'm drinking Whiskey Neats.
What kind of whiskey?
That would be your basic $25 for a handle Evan Williams.
Oh my God! How do you drink that straight? You're sick.
That's what happens when you're on absolute hoss.
I just saw you with your fucking candlestick up there. You should have drank that.
Yeah.
It's a special occasion.
Basically, this podcast is gonna end when I pass out on the table.
Yeah, hopefully.
That
you
ain't
drink?
bad. That ain't bad.
Can you drink any kind of whiskey straight?
No, but a good majority. Of
Okay,
them.
well, what makes you not be able? What can
where
you not?
I mean,
drink?
Evan Williams is based. I mean, where are we drawing the line? KD.
That's what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
even. It's not even
SoCo?
the quality of stuff. It's like there's just certain flavors that.
Oh, really?
just
Like?
don't- Like Knob Creek is a good expensive whiskey. I don't enjoy it straight. I'd rather drink Evan Williams straight than Knob Creek.
Okay.
That's
okay,
a very
okay.
good, very good analysis.
I don't know my whiskeys enough.
Yeah, me
I don't.
neither.
I don't either. It's just. It's what I don't. I'm not like a professional. It's just like what do I like? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like if Zach drinks whiskey, I'm kind of this way too, but Zach's a lot worse. But if he drinks whiskey, then you put him in a concrete room with a silverback gorilla. I'm picking Zach. Dude gets angry.
You could put him in there with a gorilla, a bear, and the alligator that we stole, and he's kicking ass.
Yeah, I'm coming out on top. No
Zach would
problem.
literally pick that alligator up, start it like a chainsaw, and just mow through those other two before he strangles it to death.
Yeah, Zach gets combative. I wouldn't say I will get combative, but more or less, I just
He's a douche.
I turn into a douche, and like
Yeah.
any logical statement that you give me, I'll just be like, "Fucking shut up!" Like I just don't think anything that anybody says is real.
See, and a big downfall I have when I get super super drunk, and then I have a couple shots of Fireball or something, is I'll find one person in the room, and I'll make their night all about me.
Yeah.
Like I'll walk up to him, and
I've seen you do that.
like this guy. We were at Wild Horse one night, and he had earrings. The guy did nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
But drunk Zach, a couple
just
shots
trying
of
to enjoy
Fireball.
his night
Yeah, he
type
was
of
just.
dick.
And I walked up to him. I said, "Nice earrings," and he didn't take to that too much, And every time he passed me, I was just in his head about earrings. It's a bad look for me, I know, but it was funny as fuck. And ended up, we were about to. I think we were probably 30 minutes to closing time, and by this time I had a couple more shots, and. I just got out of the bathroom and I walked up and it was just me and him, and turns out I had one of our good buddies, Jarrett Roy, right behind me. So if you have to put it in perspective, he's 6'3", about what, 280.
In his prime, he's probably down to
260
now.
Okay, but when I was with him, he was selling pool.
Yeah, he was 280.
Yeah, so he's
He's
about
easy
280, 290. I mean, a monster. And he was right behind me. So, and there was just this one guy. He's probably about my size-ish, but maybe a little shorter. So I felt like Superman. I could do no wrong.
Absolutely.
So I walked right up to him. I rubbed my earlobes like I had earrings in. And I said,
You're a dirtbag.
Yeah, I said, "Nice earrings." And he said, "Do you want to do this right now? Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah."
What'd you tell him?
Let's do this. And he goes, "Okay," and he starts coming towards me, and then his girlfriend comes and runs in between us, and then pulls him away, and
Decked her right in the face.
and then I was continuously in his ear until he got out of earshot, telling him that his girlfriend has to take care of him. It's probably because the earrings. I don't know, man. It was funny.
Would you have been as bold to say that without Jarrett there?
Probably that night.
Yeah,
Probably
because he's done some
Yeah.
more. He's done some shit similar
Yeah. See,
with me and you, Derek.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, but probably that night probably that bold, but most nights probably not that bold.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I was one of our mutual friends, Hayden Finsky. He's in the military, but he came to Manhattan. It's probably been a couple years ago, and we went to see. I was either Avengers. I think it was a Star Wars. Actually, it was like the opening night, and I had work until like 10, but we had like premiere tickets. It was like 11:30 was the showtime.
Yeah.
And so he's just at home with one of my other roommates, and I show up in there. I mean, fucking messy drunk. Like, they just smelled like tequila. They were just doing shots and drinking or whatever. And so we get to the movie theater, and we're all sitting, I don't know, kind of halfway up. It was like reserved seats. We had actually pretty good spots. And these dudes, we're in a college town. These other college kids were sitting down to the right of us. We're like the only people in the theater. And this kid's got a bucket hat on, and Hayden saw that and just saw that's the enemy. And he was just like, "Hey, bucket hat," and just kept yelling at him. And I was like, "Shut up." And I was trying to get him to shut up. And finally he just like looked at me. He was drunk, but he knew that he had to get past me in order to talk to this guy. So he deceived me and was like, "I just want to know where his bucket hat's from." And I was like, "All right. I mean, that's valid." And he's like, "Where'd you get that stupid ass bucket hat from?" Dude's like, like Academy down the street, and he's like, "I knew you'd fucking say that, pussy." Kid's like, "What?" And I was like, "We're not having a fight. I want to see the lightsabers."
Fucking Hayden.
Hayden's also the only person I've ever seen that I think he's immune to alcohol, and I don't mean that it doesn't get him drunk, but I've never seen him
stop.
I've never seen him throw up.
No.
He'll just keep drinking until his body shuts down, and then he just falls
I've been
over.
a part of that.
Didn't he
before.
throw up in his car
No, he
after that party at my house?
He didn't throw up, but he did piss himself.
Oh, that's what he
okay.
did.
He's the only
Okay.
individual I've seen walk around doing the smooth criminal. He has a lean to him like I've never seen in my life.
He actually one time drank a whole bottle of Dickel's whiskey, like an entire. It was like a fifth, I think. And he gets to like the last swig, and he looked at me in the eyes and was like, "If I finish this, I'm gonna black out." And then he downed the rest of it, looked at me, and I swear his eyes dilated like 4 sizes, and then he just like rebooted, and he was blacked out. It was incredible.
He's also the same guy that didn't have a cup one night and decided to just pull off his whiskey bottle and drink out of a Coke can at the same time.
Yeah, he's bold. Turns out.
Remember when he
Yeah,
almost cost us a trip to steak?
Yeah,
Shout
that
out
was-
to Hayden.
Yeah, shout out Hayden.
But he didn't.
So
But he
good,
didn't.
so good that I didn't have to kill you.
God, he was.
All right, back to the point. Nick, what are you drinking?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I'm
we
on
went
some.
on a tangent.
If any of you guys know me, I drink Dr Pepper like it's going out of style.
That's
He's
true.
fueled by Dr. Pepper.
That is
in
his water.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
And so I drink. I'm drinking a little bit of Dr Pepper and some Wellers. And
Good choice. Good choice.
I personally just love Weller's.
What's your percentage on your mix?
Oh, right now it's probably about 40-60, and then be about 40 Wellers. I'm trying to get through this evening and not be, on the table like Derek will be later. So
That's soft.
Well, Derek lives here.
soft.
So.
Okay, well,
Soft.
Zach.
Yeah, it
give me-
turns out I just have to go to bed. I'm here.
Yeah. Turns out I got a ride, so I don't have to worry about it.
What about
Smart
you,
man.
Kyle? What are you sipping on over there?
I'm drinking Busch Light. I got them
for the farmers.
corn can for the farmers.
Yee.
Pretty sweet.
How many bushel those producing? 12 ounces. That's the answer.
There's 30 in a bushel, so
So it's producing 1/30 of a bushel.
my brain just shut down. I can't do the math.
Get your calculator out.
Yeah, I just turned 21, so
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Yeah.
We went to.
Kyle, have you ever had any experience drinking before that?
No,
No.
absolutely zero.
The answer is
That's
always no.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Good lullaby.
Never drank
He's
one
upstanding,
time before
actually.
that. I actually had my first beer at Boomer's
Yeah,
last night.
I saw you drink a Bud Light, man.
I don't have Busch Light, I don't think.
I told you to go with the Blue Moon with the orange. Caleb
Ah,
taught me
yeah,
that.
good
Shout out
point.
Caleb. Shit slaps,
So
man.
good. Absolutely
So good. And it's
Well,
like 6%, and I guarantee you didn't pay for it.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely not.
So
No.
so why?
I don't know. I got stage fright.
Oh my God, you were scared. Did they check your ID?
Well, she didn't ask for it, but I pulled it out.
God,
Because my mom was like, it's his birthday, so I was like, okay. But
I remember the first time I went in to buy tobacco. I was so excited to hand them my ID, and they just didn't ask for me. Kinda
yeah,
felt
half the
like a
time they
kick in
don't.
the
I don't
nuts.
even really get ID anymore.
That's because you look like you're 30.
Well, yeah, it doesn't help Zach. We show in dirty and like we just got off work and work.
Nick, you look 40.
Yeah, Nick.
Well, I
Nick no. Nick is a 50-year-old man stuck in a 22-year-old's body.
Honestly,
let's be
this-
honest.
this-
If I didn't know
true.
any better, I would think you and Bob were brothers, not dad and son.
Yes, just Nick
oh my
aged
God,
a little bit
I've
better.
never thought about that, but that's extremely accurate.
Yeah, it just looks like Bob's about 8 years older than you.
And the thing is, they all have the same exact mannerisms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Nick was telling a story the other day, and he went about it just like Bob. I listened to Bob tell a story last weekend, and he went about it and almost shit my pants. I said, "Am I talking to Nick or Bob?"
My sister, when she turned 21, I made the first trip. Well, I think it was her first trip to a liquor store. I was with her, and it was like Devlin's Liquor out on Wanamaker,
Yep,
29th.
yep.
Been
Very
there.
good, very good place.
Good store.
Yeah, and so we walk in, and she picks out. I don't remember what she bought. She's buying some booze or whatever, and gets up to the counter, and they charge her, ask for her debit card, or whatever. She pays it, and like she went through the whole process. They never carded her, and then she was like, "Wait, no, really, I'm 21," and pulled her ID out and showed him, and I was like, "Well, that's a red flag."
Yeah,
I
no
mean, what the
shit.
hell?
So they're gonna be like, "Is that a fake or?" That is a terrible way to go about that.
Yeah, probably not the way.
I wouldn't do it.
I showed my parents my fake ID last night at dinner. I was
That
like,
was-
"Well, I guess I don't need this anymore."
It's a big step, wasn't it?
It was pretty cool.
What'd they think of it?
I thought that was pretty. Dad was like, "Damn, that looks real."
I bet Darren was way more impressed than Joe was.
My mom was like, "I knew you had one." I was like, "No, you didn't.
Shut up.
You didn't know that." My dad actually wanted to do tequila shots and Boilermakers,
Oh my God, there was
Wow.
time.
but
on,
instead we went with 3 Bud Lights apiece.
Oh, okay.
very modest.
So did you end up getting drunk last night or?
No.
No.
That's drink
Damn,
too.
I guess you did hit us up and we just. Actually, I told you I was in
I-
bed.
Yeah, I was just gonna like play cards or whatever.
Yeah, there was no one home anyways when I was
Yeah.
home.
I wouldn't.
Nick was on a
butthurt.
leash and Caleb was probably somewhere getting drunk. Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to come at you
That
like
was
that.
really rude.
Yep, sorry.
But
Sorry.
like we'll let it slide right now.
Okay,
so.
okay.
So yeah, I guess that's a.
So what we're drinking?
Yeah, that's what we're drinking.
Didn't know that was going to take 15 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
that's
turns
what we're
out.
drinking now. I guess I don't need to say this, but I'm going to.
Time to pour another.
Zach and Nick are nice and taken.
Yep.
So any of you listeners who don't know us and you hear their voices and get all turned on, they're taken. But if you hear my
sweet baritone,
Derek is not taken, and neither am I.
turns out
But yeah,
Derek had a rough go of things.
Yeah.
Okay,
know,
okay.
I've seen-
Let's not go there yet.
seen better days.
maybe that's episode 2.
Yeah, we'll dive in. We'll dive deeper into that next week.
I will say though, good thing this isn't a video podcast because we got a real motley crew here.
Oh, I look good. I always look good
You look like absolute hell. Kyle looks like a blueberry bitch, and Nick's wearing bright green.
with an orange hat.
Yellow with an
Elaborate,
orange
Nick.
hat.
Elaborate on that.
Well, it's just kind of the way.
He's
I
just
felt
out here
like-
repping
I mean,
United Rentals
big,
real hard.
I'm kind of big into this like bright color shirt thing,
Mhm.
and I wear one every day, and I get made fun of all the time about
Nick
it.
showed up in white last night, and I threw up.
And I just
Yeah, he wasn't wearing a hat either.
No, he had no hat on.
Yeah.
White
the
shirt
hat
and some
thing is
bitch ass
just-
Crocs.
Yeah.
dude, don't make fun of the Crocs. I'm wearing them right now. They're cool. They're comfortable.
No one's judging the Crocs, but if you show, I swear, I swear to everything I own, I know. If I ever see you wear white and no hat, I'm gonna walk up and punch you square in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, I would completely understand that because I don't wear white very often. So.
He doesn't wear anything but.
The only time I wear
neon
white is when
colors.
I'm on the lake and I take my shirt off. So
You are essentially wearing a white T-shirt.
Yes.
yeah,
Or brown
it's
shooting
literally
sleeves,
that's what
one
it
of the
is.
two.
Yeah, brown shooting sleeves.
I do want to say that Derek dresses more and more like a dad every time I see him. Like his T-shirt is tucked into his athletic shorts.
Right now,
Right
it is
now,
right
as we
now.
speak,
Yeah.
guys. It turns out I untucked it. That must have been when I was putting my Sancho Panza tarp on.
I was actually gonna say something about it earlier, but I figured I'd just let it slide because it's kind of a norm now.
Yeah.
Well, if like I said, we're single. If any of you out there like a middle-aged dad with a nice beer gut,
He's got a good job. Good
hit me
job.
up. Good job. Good benefits.
Yeah.
Me currently, I'm unemployed, but I
He's
love
still
you.
single.
He's got
Bro,
a
love you.
sick ass mullet.
He does have a good
Oh, I
mullet.
do have a mullet.
Yes.
Yeah. Just don't go getting it permed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Joel.
Yeah, I'm not Zach's brother. I mean, I'm Joel.
Twin.
I'm kidding, Joel. You do have a sick
We
ass.
love you, Joel.
Yeah.
Joel, you were one of the first people to reach out saying you were listening to this. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Joel, I do
It
wanna
actually does
say-
look good. That picture you put on Instagram when it was permed, it was flowing out the back of your hat. It looked sick as fuck.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. It still looks queer, but I'm glad that you're listening.
I do. The other day you said, yesterday you said happy birthday, mullet brother, and I looked at it and I made the decision to ignore it, and I don't know why I did that, and I regret it. But
What an asshole.
thank you for the happy birthday.
Yeah. So these bush lights are going down like fucking water tonight, man.
How about that?
Tomorrow's gonna be rough. Actually, I kind of have a tough day. Well, I guess
I have a 9 a.m. meeting, which I know does not sound early, but it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So can someone explain to me? I guess I was completely in the dark that like Reggie Bush got blacklisted from USC or something shit like that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
They
I
stripped him of their 05 title.
I didn't know that.
Oh, they didn't win in 05. Excuse me. That was Texas.
Was Pete Carroll their coach
Yes.
when he
Yes.
was? Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you get blacklisted?
He got stripped of his Heisman.
Because they had
though.
Really?
whatever deal where they
Was it
play players or some shit. I don't know.
like every college does?
yeah.
Yeah, literally.
They got mad at him because he did what everyone else does.
Because I just saw something that was like, welcome back. And for a second in my brain, I was like, does he have another year of eligibility? And then I was like, wait, he already played in the NFL. Never mind.
Who's the greatest college football player you've ever seen go?
Oh, it's easy. Tim Tebow, go.
Yeah, Tim Tebow.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't argue with Tim Tebow.
greatness.
You know.
Fair point.
I mean, Reggie's probably second.
I don't know if he's my second. He might be.
He's also-
he's probably the funnest to watch.
I will say that when-
love watching Tim.
When
I don't know. Johnny Manziel throws in a big factor in that. Like you can't tell me college Johnny
he's not
wasn't.
o-
He
he's
wasn't.
not over Reggie.
No, not
But
over
he was.
Reggie.
He was the electric guy.
Oh, he's one of the
He
most
was.
entertaining
He was
to watch.
I
more.
think-
He was more fun to watch, but he wasn't as
I,
skilled.
okay, I'll agree
He's
with you
probably
there.
the funnest player I've ever.
That's what I'm
watched.
saying. Like fun to watch would be.
I will say too, when we all watched, I mean, like what year did Tim Tebow when they win a national championship?
Was it 08?
Was that, I think it was 08.
08.
So
Sound
like
right?
at that
Yeah.
age, we're
07 maybe?
we're like
07, 08.
10 years. Maybe Derek's 11 years old. He's old as shit.
That's when I
Is
started
it
tucking
Nick
my
older than
shirt in.
Derek? No, he's not.
Anyway, but
Derek
like
is older than Nick.
that's a really impressionable age for sports.
That's
I
true.
remember my first
This is
ever.
your first memory.
I remember my
Yeah.
first ever national championship. It was 2005, probably the greatest national championship ever, at least in the last 20 years. Josh and Caleb had gotten in a fight on the bus and been suspended. So mom said, "You can't watch the national championship."
Yeah.
They missed USC versus Texas.
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
remember Caleb telling me this
Yeah,
story.
so I'm
actually.
sitting down there. I'm sitting with me, Penny, and Paul while they're sitting in the rooms because they're just scumbags. I'm watching this, and I do believe that it got so good at the end. I think mom might have let them come out and watch the end because it was just too good to miss. But yeah, they missed a good bit of history there
Because they got in a fight.
on the school bus, and Jeff Guston would not let them ride anymore.
Yeah, pick your
Oh
spots,
my
man.
God.
Pick your
Gotta pick 'em.
spots.
Yep.
That was 1 versus 2. January 4th, 2006.
Well, yeah,
That's
like
how the
all
BCS
it's-
yeah,
works.
no, it's
That
a
used to be-
2005.
that's
I
how
wasn't
the-
arguing.
Okay, so that's how the BCS works.
you acted surprised. That was 1 versus 2.
How many yards did Vince Young throw for that in the game?
242.
No,
It was fucking extremely close.
no shit.
262.
Nice.
Ain't bad.
That's
No,
not bad.
267. Sorry, I can't read.
Not bad for a 15-year
fuck?
memory.
How many? Oh my God! How many? What was his rushing line?
It was like 170.
19 carries, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice, Nick.
That is incredible. In a national championship game
How old were you, Kyle?
in 2006,
It was
You'd been
5. It was
six.
the 05 national championship.
I was
6.
I'd have been 6. Yeah,
You probably
Well,
don't remember, do
it
you?
would have been 5 because
I don't remember it, but I remember like
The hype.
yeah, and even a couple years after, like during national championships, they would allude
Absolutely.
back to it, and
I think that's my two first memories was Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, which I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. But like, I was age 8 by the '05 national championship, so like, I could actually. I mean, I didn't really get football, but it was enough to really appreciate it. You know what I mean? What's your earliest memory
of sports?
No. Like, what's? I mean, not like goo goo gaga, but like, do you
remember that?
So like, do you remember a defining moment when you're like 3 or 4?
Come on, dude.
Like a huge historical moment. I have one in mind. That's why I'm bringing it up.
I don't think.
I know which one you're gonna say, but I honestly don't. Have an idea.
Probably one of my first ever like real memories. This I would have been probably. This is before I was in school. It would have been probably 3 or 4. I was really young. Yeah. My babysitter at the time.
Was she hot?
Turns out to be one of my mom's best friends.
Never mind. Sorry, Lisa.
Yeah.
That doesn't make that an invalid question.
Yeah,
at all.
that's true. It's like my second mom.
You don't have to say it. It's okay.
Okay. So, anyways, her son was really mean to me, and
Bitch.
he used to. Do you guys remember like the plastic tables with like the blue legs that came out the bottom, and they were detachable. You could take them off.
No.
Okay.
Are you talking about a child's table?
I think that might be too
like
early
a
for
child's
my memory.
table.
Okay.
The child's table. Well, he used to take he used to take the legs off and hit us with them. So he was hitting me with them, and then he grabbed Hot Wheels and were throwing them at me, hit me in the nose, gave me a bloody nose, and I got put in timeout for it. That's probably one of my earliest memories.
For being a bitch.
Yeah, it's true. I should have bitched his ass.
You learn the word.
But he was a year younger than me, so like I got a little bit bigger than him, like a year down the road, and I beat him up, and he was nice. Yeah.
Should have bullied. I'm a big proponent of bullying.
Before Derek says his, I think mine was probably, you're gonna laugh at this, people, but I fell off a tobacco bucket.
Oh yeah,
that's such a Nick thing to say.
And
he was born in a skid loader.
Yes.
Folks.
I was climbing on this one night. My dad was mowing, and I fell off and I cut my head open, and my sister like didn't know what to do. Like she was all like crying and thinking I was gonna.
How much older is Rachel than you?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
That's how much older my mom is than Amy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought you were gonna say your mom's 10 years older than you.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, what the hell?
She looks
Goddamn,
terrible.
Is this fucking South Africa?
He doesn't mean that, Penny. You look gorgeous.
Well, Penny, if you were 33 right now, I'd be having questions and giving Paul like all the knuckle bumps.
No, Paul'd be in jail.
Dear God.
But
Dad,
yeah, my
please don't listen to
sister,
this.
my sister didn't really know what to do, and so she thought I was gonna die, I think, and so
Too bad.
yeah,
Oh,
That's why she became in the medical profession.
that's honestly probably her first like take of like what to do, and
I remember
I didn't die, so that's always good.
I remember once, I don't know how old I was. Actually got 2 memories I'm thinking of. One of them I was way older, but it's just like it stuck in my head.
Kyle was 11. He's an idiot.
yeah,
I was kind of young. I don't remember how old I was, but Dad he was cleaning. We have a grasshopper mower, and
I didn't need it the summer of Kyle's senior year.
Son of a bitch. Anyway, he's got the gate up, or the deck up, and he's cleaning out the underneath of the mower. This is our old mower, I'm pretty sure. And the like mechanism to hold the gate, or why do I keep calling it a gate? The deck up so you could clean it out didn't work. So he had it up under like Pepsi crates, and he's like underneath this thing, basically just cleaning off the blades and getting all the grass out and shit. Well, it slips and falls, and one of the blades like cuts his thumb, or cuts. See, I was little, I don't remember. Anyway, he's
lacerated.
It cut his fucking. It wasn't his thumb. It cut his finger or something like that, and he had to go to the emergency room. And so I remember him taking us to me and Nick's old babysitter, Marcia, because I wasn't old enough to stay at home. If that tells you. So I was probably. I mean, that means anywhere from 0 to 15, probably. But we had to go over there, and I remember we watched Master of Disguise, with I think, is it Mike Myers that's in that? No, it's not him.
Mm-mm.
It's I know his name. I can't think of his name, but he's a comedian. Anyway, if you've seen it, I just remember that. I remember that movie. And then another thing I remember is growing up, me and my sister went down to, this is like during the summer, we walked down to the mailbox. We walked down our driveway, and it's probably medium long, I'd say. And on our way down there, I had a football, and we were playing catch and stuff, and I was going to punt the football. And so I'm on gravel, and I really try and get under this ball. I mean, I was trying to send it, and I slip, fall straight on my back after I punt the ball, and like a rock hit me in the lower back, and it hit a nerve, and like my legs tingled, and I thought I was paralyzed. So
dude, can you imagine if you got paralyzed then?
I would have had
for
to
the rest of your life.
I would have had to put a power chair in to get him down here.
Put like one of those lifts.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have been his friend.
I'd be like an alligator. I could climb stairs. Anyway, though, Yeah, so I thought I was paralyzed, and my sister's freaking out, and I made her carry me the length of the driveway all the way back up, and then she set me down, and I could walk immediately, and she was pissed. But that scared the shit out of me.
Use
I
your
think that's why I
tools,
remember
man.
it.
Use your tools.
Nice.
One of my first ever, one of my first, like I've had 100 concussions in my life. My first ever
That
concussion.
explains so much, people.
Yeah.
When he just goes blank, that's why.
Yeah, it's literally. So this is kind of off topic. I'll get back. There's literally sometimes where I'm talking, I just kind of forget how to talk, and
It
there's-
happens quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. But anyways, it was second grade, and you know, PE is the highlight of your day as an elementary schooler. So we're in PE. We look up at the little sign every morning, and this day said outside, and we're all, fuck yeah, let's go. We're gonna go outside for PE. Let's go. So we're outside. You know, well, we ended up playing soccer. And, every little second grader.
There's that concussion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what did it for me. Actually, is that's why I dropped out of college. So I'm running, and I go to kick this ball, and I don't know if you've ever seen Charlie Brown. Obviously, everyone has. some little kid kicks this ball right out where I'm kicking, and I just fucking Charlie Brown myself and just land fucking straight on my head.
That's one of your first memories.
That was my first concussion, is what I said, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, after that, he couldn't remember anything before that, so that's his first memory.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah, actually, yeah.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
That
Nick, shut the fuck up, neon bitch.
Jesus. Beep, beep, beep. Sound like R2D2.
I think I had a concussion in high school. I never got a concussion diagnosed,
Oh no.
but I remember
It
coming
takes a
home-
special kind of fucked up to get it diagnosed.
I remember coming
Yeah.
home from a football game,
Yeah,
and
Derek, you pussy.
Fuck off.
I felt like shit, and my head hurt really bad, and everyone told me, like, you could have a concussion, but I didn't really worry about it. Get home. I don't even think I could
It's
drive
coming
at this point. I might have been a
It's
freshman.
coming from the guy who couldn't play because he had cauliflower ear.
That wasn't my... Jill,
Literally.
we're going to talk about this. And anyway, so I get home, and I just had a splitting headache, took a shower, threw up, and then went to sleep. And still happy that I woke up after that. But
Yeah, aren't you like not supposed to sleep on concussions?
Yeah, it's like
Absolutely. My brother smoked my head off the corner of a door, started bleeding profusely. They wrapped my head like I was a World War II just patient, and then he put me directly to bed.
you had a concussion in high school and couldn't go to band class.
That is absolutely true. I actually went to the nurse's office for like 3 days in a row and slept all day in a dark room.
I
He
took-
also had that same concussion. He also cried because
No, Derek turned into radio.
all reality, yes. Jarrett and Zach were being mean to him, and because they were mad because he, didn't.
Well,
play
guys,
like
this
shit
is what
in a
happens when you're a
football game.
primetime performer and you're playing average.
I don't actually remember the...
Average?
Okay, I played poorly.
I don't remember the
Although,
hit
2
that
fumbles
actually...
and 3 plays.
I don't remember the hit that actually gave you the concussion.
Oh, I absolutely do.
But-
Derek
No, me neither.
Cashier,
No one knew.
4A,
No,
4A
yeah.
Division II Player of the Year. We're running
time
the
out,
counter.
You can't say nobody knew because
Shout out Derek Cashier. Good shot on me, bro.
he had to
Give it a
hold.
listen.
He had to hold my legs in the huddle so he wouldn't fall over.
Well, you know how in our huddles we put the skill positions on the front line, and
Yeah.
then we would bend over to our knees. I like that so I could get some air in my lungs. And then the tubbies would stand behind us. Well, I go to bend over and grab my knees, and I proceed to eat dirt. And then Nick reaches over and Trent Terrell reaches over and just grab me by my shoulder blades and pull me up. And I specifically remember them looking at me thinking, going, "You good?" And I just
They put...
he
1,000
didn't
yards
really
stare.
say anything, and so I was just like, "Well, we're just gonna take his word for it and just roll with it."
You're
even
gonna
though he
take the
didn't say
word I
anything.
didn't speak.
Yeah, but like I'm just
Here's
gonna
my word that I don't
Pretty
have.
much, I'm just gonna say like he's good, but ended up he was not. He was far from good. Like
They put a pair of sunglasses on you and like weekend at Bernie's. You like, in the middle of the field. You just standing
he also
there.
tried to catch a football that same time period.
Yeah, but didn't you
and,
stuck in
did you
fucking
break a
face mask.
Did you break a punt return or a kick return?
The last play I played
That's the
that
one I
game.
remember.
So I got benched like the second series, and coach comes over to me and says, "What in the fuck is wrong with you?" And I proceeded to look at him like he was a lollipop. and then finally he's like, "You good to go back out there?" And like someone answered for me, like, "Yeah, he's good." So I run back out there, and then a couple plays later, we just got scored on, and it was a KOR, kick it to me. I'm running up the field. I see it. I feel
went
it.
far.
I'm doing good. I'm on their 30, and I just fall over, and I proceed to try and get up. And it like when you're drunk as shit and you have the spinnies and you feel like you're sinking into the bed. That was me. So I was just like, it was like my back wheels were in reverse and I was just rotating around my body.
I thought you got hit on that kick return, like hard.
I don't know. I wasn't.
I'm pretty sure you got hit,
I
and then
guarantee
you
he
came
does
to
not remember.
Then
I
you
don't
came to
remember
the sideline, and I don't know when
at
the
that
next
point in
time.
time, we realized Derek is not in good
play.
shape.
That was my last play. Caleb actually came down from the stands, looked at me. He saw that my eyes were no longer with this world.
That's what I was gonna say. I saw your eyes, and they didn't look the same direction.
Caleb said, "Oh no, you're done."
That was bad. And then Zach Snacker tried to leave with you.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
It was like I had been roofied and Schneck, so it was opportunity.
Oh my god.
I remember you were like, someone was like, "Can someone get him a water?" And, I mean, obviously I wasn't on the fucking field, so
I think
I
you
was
were
like,
standing next to me, weren't you?
yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll get him a water. So I walk over and get him a water, come back, and Zach has his fucking, Zach Snacker, not Zach on the podcast, has his arm like around Derek's shoulder pads, and Derek's just fucking crying. And I look at Zach and I was like, what the fuck did you do? What'd you say to him?
He touched me.
Oh my god.
But damn, you were fucked up. I'll give you that. I don't know.
Well, we've successfully in this podcast made me look like a bitch.
Me and Zach, off topic here a little bit, but me and Zach decided to go to Petro tonight. And
Oh my god.
Off topic a little bit.
We walk in, and I'm sitting there at the counter getting ready to order me some drumsticks, kind of a little hungry. And
Did you just say drumsticks?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I
He
call
doesn't
them.
get chicken strips. He gets drumsticks.
Who on
Like,
earth gets gas station drumsticks?
You talking about
Nicholas.
chicken legs or like ice
Yeah.
cream
Yeah.
cones?
chicken legs?
Chicken legs.
And so I decided
Incredible.
that's what I was feeling. So I got a couple of them and sitting there, and all of a sudden like this guy behind me starts kind of coughing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm pretty sure like they decided to put some kind of like gas inside of Petro, and me and Zach.
Zyklon B.
Yeah, me
No,
and-
Nick. I walked in and I heard people coughing. I'm like, fuck COVID. Like, what the hell's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I walked in, I took one breath, and I immediately started coughing so hard, I almost fucking threw up.
Zach looks at me and goes, "Nick, we are going to McDonald's."
I said, let's get
cannot
the
stand
fuck
in
out of here.
So I'm sitting there coughing and sneezing, trying to. I don't know what. I
the
don't.
fuck was
I
going
don't-
on in
I,
Petro?
I have no idea. Like, I seriously think somebody released a gas through the.
It was like somebody walked in with a bear mace and just hit one quick shot in the air and just walked out.
Bear mace?
Bear
Yes.
mace.
What do you
They
call
must
it?
have seen the silverback and the
Dude,
crocodile,
I'm
and they were
telling you,
like,
like,
"Shit, if there's a bear in here, we're
There's a
getting rid of
chance.
him."
There's a chance me and Zach may not be on the next podcast. So.
Yeah, we're gonna need 2 fill-ins.
Yeah.
Nice
Bring
day
it
off
on,
work
Caleb.
tomorrow.
We're calling
Sorry,
for you.
Shannon.
Yeah, Caleb, you're up. We're
Oh,
calling
let's
the bullpen.
let's do this other plug real quick.
The other plug.
Yeah, yeah, hit
Oh,
the
that's
other
good
plug.
call. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call, Zachary.
Think that it's ZACK. Thanks, asshole.
Oh,
Bitch.
well.
It's Zach Troy, to be honest.
Nick, say that one more time. I'm gonna reach across this table and punch you
Wait,
square in the face.
call him Chief.
How you doing, Chief?
No, Derek always says sport, and I fucking hate it.
How you doing, old sport?
It's because he read Great Gatsby 9 times.
Twice, but the movie 4.
All right, let me read this. All right, so our other sponsor is Putnam Crafts, as I mentioned before. Just a gal who's got a website, www.putnamcrafts.com, and it's just what it sounds like. It's just a whole bunch of anything you can really think of. She'll probably try and make it. I think she started out with decals. She'll make like
Shirts.
Yeti
Koozies.
cups, koozies.
She makes some sweet, like cups. She puts some
Yeah.
sweet designs on those.
Yeah,
Basically,
basically
the Yeti cups they're top notch.
Yeah.
yeah,
fucking sweet.
anything you want. Essentially, she can make it.
Heck, she does decorative home pillows.
Yeah,
Does she
actually, I
really?
bought some.
Yeah.
No shit.
Look really good.
She does home
Nice.
pillows, and she'll do like she does earrings and stuff if you're a female or the guy that Zach talked to at the bar.
Or if you're from Seattle.
Yeah. Anyway,
She has
yeah,
a
so that's-
Facebook too, Putnam
Yep.
Crafts.
Yep, she got
on
a Facebook and an Instagram. Those will all be linked on the website, on her website. So that's www.putnamcrafts.com. And with both these sponsors, I'll put some. You'll be able to see some of their product and stuff like that. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on SoundCloud, then get fucked. But other than that, yeah. So again, www.putnamcrafts.com. She can basically make
There's 3
anything you
W's there,
want.
not 2. by the
Yeah,
way.
3 W's, double U's, which is a bad name.
It should be double V.
It should be double V's.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, double V's.
double V's. Unless you do like a loopy W, which
Yeah, which I do.
yeah.
Yeah, which
So-
that's how normal people write. But
Anyway, Putnam
anyways,
Crafts, go check it out.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, top notch stuff.
Yeah, good shit. Good shit. She actually made me my fake patty shirt.
Yep.
Yeah,
A
she
couple
made me
years
one
ago.
too.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a 3/4 sleeve green, and it had some sick ass fucking shit on the front. It's pretty dope.
Zach's a tool bag if you haven't figured that out
yeah,
yet.
yeah, big tool bag. Find me out.
Find me out.
Find me
Only
out.
tool bags say that.
Only tool
You guys
bags.
don't know this, but Zach's actually, he put his name in the draft. He's hoping to get drafted in the 38th round
Of the MLB?
of the MLB. Yeah, it's going on right now.
I thought you meant like the military draft.
Do they have rounds for that?
I'd say they have rounds.
Didn't they do away with that?
Rounds or the whole draft?
The whole draft. It's now an all-volunteer army.
Are you serious?
Kyle,
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
This is
Seriously?
easily the dumbest thing you've ever
Oh
said.
my God, you're
The
normally
draft.
I registered for the draft when I turned 18.
They make you
fucking-
do that.
They
so, like,
make
have
you
to
do that in
it.
case there is a
In
draft.
case there's like a World War III, then they know where to get us.
We're all gonna be dead anyways if there's a World War III. It's gonna be
So there's
nukes.
still a draft.
no.
It's does not. It was not
It's
ever.
called, what is it? It's like selective. What is it called?
But we don't need it. We have an
It's
all,
a- it's-
we have
it
an
is
all
a draft. You
volunteer
have to- you have-
army that
you
can
have to-
turn the entire world into a parking lot in 3 minutes.
You have to register for the draft, but it doesn't do. Like they're not gonna use it.
There's no actual draft. It's like somebody, like the government cannot call you right now.
Do you carry
"Let's go,
around your
bitch."
draft card?
No, I did it online.
No, exactly.
get a draft card.
But in the 1960s, it was like required that you carried around a draft card.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you were
Real
like
life
Donald
shit, Kyle.
Trump or-
Get into the world, bro.
Unless you're like Donald Trump or Muhammad Ali, then you didn't have to.
Unless you're Donald. Yeah, it's true. Well, also like when they're a
It's
thing,
like, it's
if
like
you're
college people.
if you're going to college or if you're
Yeah.
the last male in your family, right?
Oh,
if you
shit.
can't continue your family name on, they won't kill you
Is
or
that
like
a fact?
send you to the draft. Yeah, swear to God.
Nice.
So like
Someone fact checked him. I think that's bullshit.
I'll fact check myself.
Nah.
I'll just Google nothing.
Okay,
and
I
then-
believe you. Okay.
It's a real thing.
Did you
got
know?
you.
Did you know? Out of there's 4 siblings in my dad's family, and there's only 2 boys.
See,
It's like out of all 4, so it's like my dad.
That's
my dad's,
crazy.
My dad's Nick. Shut the fuck up before I reach over and smack your bitch ass. 3 guys and 1 girl. There's out of all 4 of those siblings, there's only 2 boys that we had.
see, that's wild. Because
It's me and my cousin.
my parents.
My cousin has.
Oh,
My
so
cousin
like-
has 3
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, my cousin.
My
has 3
dad
boys,
had
so.
my dad is one of 2 brothers, and they popped out 5 kids, but 4 came out as boys.
Yeah, see, so like, I'm gonna be one of the last Alexas around, baby.
Sadly.
No, that'll be
Nope. Fortunately,
not until you get married.
Right. Well, obviously, I'm having all boys. I already
no, you
decided
probably have
that.
all girls.
I already decided.
Yep. Can't do girls.
Nick's mixing up his second one. Go ahead and keep it a pour, Nick.
Yeah.
One.
Nope.
Nope.
One more
that was
second,
weak.
Nick.
That was another second, Nick.
Nick.
Come on, one more.
Okay, Nick.
Come on,
You
Nick.
just once a week.
Do it for the podcast. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's
Okay,
enough.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, there's plenty in there.
Nice.
Nick's bitch made.
Yeah, he is.
I love good Wellers.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That smelled like
Okay,
rubbing
Derek's
alcohol.
also drinking whiskey neat, so no one's gonna dog Derek.
No, he's drinking whiskey neat, but he's also drinking it out of. I don't. Did you get that at Count Dracula's
Derek, I
fucking
told
yard
you
sale?
to grab more. I said it wouldn't last. Okay, don't do that. I told you it wouldn't fucking last, but more than an hour.
I told you we wouldn't make it through this podcast if I brought more.
That's true.
What do we? How long do you think we talked before we actually started it?
Oh, a good 30 minutes probably.
Nah, probably.
I think it was like
Do you
22.
mean
25.
recorded? You mean recorded talk or talked?
Yeah, like recorded.
I think
We've been at it for just over about an hour.
Have we really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we started. We
That makes
actually
sense,
started
'cause-
at 8:22.
Because the 7:22.
That's what I said.
So the timer is actually it's a an hour and 30 minutes actually is what it just hit.
We're
so
an hour 30 in.
no, we're like an hour 12 in.
Oh, I got you.
We're an hour 14, but yeah. But that's how long we've been recording.
Yeah, but alligators.
Kyle, serious question.
Yes.
So obviously the first episode we're not going to do this, but going forward, are we ever going to do them live?
Yeah.
Like you can watch it on YouTube or something like that?
Is that a thing? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Absolutely, go live.
Oh, did you?
Oh, we could do a Facebook live too.
Ooh,
No.
Why? Oh, because our parents will watch.
No, not because of that. Just because it's. I don't
Oh Christ! Nick only put Wellers in there.
think Facebook.
I got told to pour.
I don't think Facebook Live can. It's made for you to do off your phone.
Yeah, let's just
Like
Should I watch-
YouTube's built in for people who like
Do
broadcast
this,
for
yeah.
fucking hours at a time. I don't know.
Have you ever never watched Facebook Gaming?
No, actually,
Really, good streamers on there.
that's a thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, Zach's queer.
But who would sit down and say I want to stream on Facebook?
a lot of people.
Zach.
Stone
Well-
Mountain,
well-
Mountain, the guy that does all the video, this is your CEO, that guy.
No,
Horse shit. You've seen videos
I
of
know
that.
I probably
I know
the
which one
name
you're
sounds
talking
familiar.
about, but I didn't know that was Stone Mountain.
Yeah, it's Stone Mountain 64. He streams on Facebook. Turns out.
Zach,
Well-
what do you think you watch more of combined Facebook, TikTok videos, or real life television?
Facebook,
Oh.
TikTok videos by a factor of 12.
A factor of 12. I don't think it's a factor of 12.
A
but I do
factor of
think-
5.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God. Watch a lot of streamers. Watch a lot of TikToks. I normally
Your
have.
life is pathetic.
I normally have. I have a lot of shows playing in the background, but I never really watch them.
You're a goddamn.
Like
bum.
I'll tune in for like 30 seconds at a time, but then I'm always back to my phone.
I think
Big video guy here.
Big video guy.
I
Yeah.
I just got done watching Criminal Minds. But like,
not a bad show.
no, I think it's really good.
No,
but
it's
like,
top notch.
Shitty.
but Zach,
You watch The
you
Office.
literally
It's the same thing over and over and over.
But the
and
entire
over.
conversation we just had discredited anything you have towards TV.
Exactly.
God damn it, you're right.
You literally you can't have an opinion on something you don't watch.
But I would say the majority of what I watch is probably stand-up comedy.
Oh, it's so good.
Really, Dexter. I don't know if you guys.
Like I said, Kyle's really working on being a great value Joe Rogan. He's going to have Gorilla Fights host a podcast with 14 listeners. I love all 14 of you, even though 4 of them are sitting at
you
the
guys
table.
fucking rock.
And yeah, what was the other thing? Oh, he's going to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I think I could do
check
that.
out for his next Netflix special.
Well, how many of you would listen to this if we did a Netflix special down here with video? We just put Kyle up in the corner.
Do you know?
Put a poll out.
Do you know how much it would take to get a Netflix fucking special? And by how much?
$6?
No, years.
6 years?
That's
Tyler,
it?
you can't get
I'm
to
in
the
for the
top.
long haul.
No, you can't.
No, you 6. I'm saying just years.
You
Dot
can't-
dot.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was gonna say you're not getting to the top ranks of comedy to get a special in 6 years.
Right.
No, I mean
What do you
So
think you are?
I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast here.
the JRE
Recently.
baby.
JRE baby.
Shout us out, please. Love you.
Illy. And
Shout us out, JRE. I'll tweet at you.
Dave Chappelle, I guess. Was it Dave Chappelle that just like they told him what he like couldn't do on his stand up? He just kind of said fuck you and just quit doing all stand up and just went around and was like doing stand up in parks and shit for like no money.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I didn't hear that. Well, I did hear that from Joe Rogan,
Like
but
current Dave Chappelle, or like that was a point in his career.
no, like Dave Chappelle now.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. I think it was Dave Chappelle. I'm pretty sure it was Dave Chappelle.
I don't watch a lot of Dave Chappelle. to be
Is it
honest
Dave
with you.
Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle is an incredible talent that you have to respect, but personally, his comedy's, just not my brand.
Yeah, same.
But I
Agree.
do think I think he's
I
fantastic.
think he's funny.
He's pretty funny. I'm more of a Chris D'Elia guy.
Oh, Chris D'Elia is my inspiration for my daily
He
life.
really shit my pants when he talks.
Life rips.
Do you guys got your top 5 comedians on you? Quick, go.
No, I'm not.
Do I have to give you an order?
Nope.
I
nope.
honestly have no idea.
A top
Yeah.
5 list.
Okay, I'm gonna go Chris D'Elia,
Boom.
Louis C.K.
Yes.
I'll put Dave Chappelle in there out of respect.
Yep. Gotta.
Then I'm probably gonna say Cat Williams and Ricky Gervais.
That's a fantastic list. I'm gonna go with Chris D'Elia is absolutely mine.
Yeah,
That
he's number
guy
one.
is an absolute rock
It's
star.
fucking hilarious.
Chris D'Elia. I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle out of respect too. After that special we watched the other night, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Bill Burr he's probably one of my 2 favorite comedians right now. He's heat. Number 5.
Nick Earhart.
No, you're terrible.
Where's a shot?
I'm gonna do this so we got to get diversity. We've got a African American man in there, so let's go ahead and go Nikki Glazer for a woman.
Really? She's in your top 5?
No.
You don't
Maybe
mean
not.
that. You haven't said
No.
Cat yet.
Yeah. No
Cat-
shit.
a
You
Cat
love
guys.
Cat, right?
I love Cat more than anyone.
He's not in your top
But
5?
05 Cat, yes. But Cat's not in the game like he used to be.
I think his 05, but it carries enough weight
Once
for
he
me.
got beat up by that 14-year-old, his career is over.
Okay, but if we're going any period in time, I'm gonna put like Steve Harvey in there. I think Steve Harvey. Everyone knows he's a comedian, but they don't realize how good he is. Steve Harvey's special, where he's wearing that bright yellow suit and looks like a popsicle, is just out of this world.
I just tried.
Oh, drop a mic.
I just tried Nick's whiskey. Should start my car with that.
Nick, I'm looking for a 51 mix on my weed eater that I just got. Could we go and dump that in there?
It would definitely work.
Did you buy a weed eater?
No, you didn't buy
Yeah.
a weed eater.
He bought a
You
weed
did that
eater.
thing upstairs?
No,
No,
that's a hedge
that's a hedge
trimmer.
trimmer.
Okay, I was about to say.
I went to
So
Home
time out.
Depot
Also-
yesterday and spent $328.
Derek, you should really try mowing your yard instead of buying
You bought a
stuff.
weed eater and a
Also,
charcoal
can
grill.
I
You're
go back to
42.
and my shirt stuck in.
Yesterday,
Where's your
Derek
beer?
came
Where's
at
your New
me.
Balances?
Yesterday, Derek came at me with he bought a hedge trimmer because his bushes are getting.
We're getting a little wild, folks.
When he first originally told me that,
He's
I,
like, you're talking about his bush?
Yeah, I thought he was talking
You
about.
thought I was trimming my pubes
and
with a
I was,
weed eater?
Well,
he,
he
does,
said
he does talk about that a lot.
he said hedge trimmer. I'm sitting there like, oh, he bought a new razor or something like that. I didn't know what he came at me with. Like, I was confused, and then it hit me because then he started talking about a weed eater, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't mean like your outside bushes. Like they're actually getting little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, did you see him? Granted, I do need to mow my yard, but here's a real talk. So I
I need to rip that fucking concrete things up because my ankles blow out every
No,
time.
I think I'm
leave
just
the
gonna
house.
keep them neat. I'm just gonna keep them trimmed with my new weed eater.
Okay.
What kind
Actually,
of weed eater did you get?
You need to kill your
Steel?
You need to go kill
Yeah.
your yard.
Really?
You
Yeah.
bought a steel?
Oh, I fucking bet it was expensive.
Jesus
Should have bought an
Christ.
Echo,
Did you
bro.
buy like a Whacker Newson or something? Some cheap
I should have
fuck-
brought a
Whacker Newson?
Isn't that what it's called?
Should have
That's
brought an
the name
$80
of the
home
podcast.
light. Whacker news. I hope y'all liked the podcast. I think we've definitely inspired a sprinkle of hope into your life if you're
Yes.
still
Yeah.
on here at this point.
Yep, turns out.
Yeah. So yeah, let's
We're
talk-
just here to get you through your Monday commute. If it turns out you're driving from Kansas City to Dodge City.
let's talk about the name
That's
real
a
quick.
drive.
Yeah, let's talk about the name. So, when we came up with this name, I mean, we've probably spent a good 3 hours on it, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that this name came to us in 15 minutes, and we kept saying no to it.
It was our very own Zach Lux.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest with you. If any of you are into sports betting, Zach was about 1 to 60 odds to coming up with this name, but god damn it, he hit it out of the park.
Yeah, man.
If you guys heard that, Kyle just cracked a bush.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, we brainstormed, we wrote some stuff down.
Yeah, no Baker. Jesus Christ.
Nope.
No paper. Someone else try it. Notebook paper out.
Yeah,
for
I
like
was either gonna say Baker Mayfield or Rutabaker Pie. I have no idea what he was going with. Oh yeah, we did have notebook paper. We had a whiteboard that Derek spiked off the wall because it wasn't really a whiteboard. Or
Yeah,
no,
probably-
he
we
didn't
didn't
have an
have a
expo
marker.
marker.
Yeah,
I
have
didn't
a
have my
marker.
expo marker,
We could've
so I
wrote
grabbed a
Sharpie.
moleskin notebook.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that was.
It's a sweet ass notebook.
Yeah,
it
it
is
is
a good
actually. I would
notebook.
love to write in that.
Yeah, like
It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
like even if you died in your house tomorrow of natural causes, for some reason I would look in that book just
Natural
for if
cause of alcoholism.
Yeah,
No,
what?
you know what I would do is, if I could make one change to this notebook, I would call Kaylee, and because she loves doing this. That's my girlfriend, by the way. She loves doing this kind of shit.
He's taken. Hit me and Kyle up at Barger34.
You gonna drop your at, Kyle?
Derek. Shit. Let me look it up.
Never mind. Anyways, I would have her fucking grab a ruler and write lines all through it. College rule, by the way. And then it would be so aesthetically fucking sweet.
Right.
Okay, but tell me
Let me
you're
write on this
not.
bitch.
Tell me you're not like if Derek dies tomorrow, I'm going into his room and looking for a treasure map within that notebook. I know it's not there,
Oh, I
but I'm
know.
gonna look for
I
it.
swear to God,
You
it was
would
on
find
Pirates
some
of the
fun
Caribbean.
stuff in there.
Really?
I don't know. Do you care about?
Would it help me with my financial?
Absolutely.
I'll look in there.
That
If
is
you
very
look,
aesthetically pleasing.
I know. If you look through there, you will find a perfect portfolio breakout for a 25-year-old.
At Kyle Stidham, capital K, capital S, no spaces. Thank you.
Nice, hit him up. He's hot.
You want to
He's
say
got a
phone?
mullet.
You want to say phone numbers? No, I'm just kidding.
Probably not. Probably not. Justin Ios would be texting me. I am not the best baseball player. Don't make fun of me.
Oh, Justin.
Jesus
We
Christ.
miss you, fucking Wiley and I. Dude, you remember that fucking time it was raining?
Mhm.
He did that fucking.
know.
We did a rain
He
dance.
told me. I said. Well, I didn't say anything. Justin said, "I'm gonna go outside and do a reverse rain dance and make it go away."
It stopped raining.
It stopped raining.
It was truly one of the most incredible things I've ever
This won't make
witnessed.
sense, I guess, if you don't know who Justin Ice is. Just to give you some context, he is a Native American, and he thought he could make the rain stop.
And he did.
He also thought he
No,
could
he
play
did.
baseball.
He did think he could play baseball. And he's got one more homer than I do in my career, so
Yeah, that's
I'm going to
embarrassing.
shut my mouth.
Justin went yard.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
JV, baby.
bro.
56 mile an hour wind to left field. He shot it up. Basically, it was a pop fly to the shortstop and went straight into the shitter ponds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Was it at Holton?
No,
it was at
Royal
home.
Valley.
Royal Valley.
Home
310.
run.
He came back and
We
told
got
me.
a big outfield fence.
I know. He came back and told me, and I actually went and wrapped my neck around a cord.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That might be an off-color joke. Sorry, listeners.
Props to Justin, though. That's pretty sweet, bro. Respect.
Everyone else I know's hit their only home run off of on Holton's field.
Yeah, Brady Mulroy. Thanks for that.
Zach
Shout
hit
out
one there.
Brady.
Hayden hit one there. No, Inslee hit one there.
That
Wait,
pisses
Inslee
me
hit
off.
one?
Yeah, JV game. Hayden hit one in JV game. You hit one. You hit one in a
No,
varsity
no,
game.
no, no, no.
Varsity.
Hayden hit one in a varsity game because we had graduated. We came back to watch. I was sitting there.
False.
Nope.
Wrong.
Nope.
Wrong.
We were there.
No, you were right. You're right.
I know
I wasn't
I'm right.
there, was I?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I came with you because we were sitting
Yeah.
next to Sarah. And,
Yep.
and
I was there, actually.
He
Turns
hit
out.
a doink, and she was pumped up, and I
it
thought,
was-
oh, Hayden's a bitch.
Forgot. Sorry, Nick, if that makes you
We
jealous.
split.
Sorry, Nick.
I knew that was coming.
We split with them.
I guess we're gonna go ahead and start getting into relationship jokes.
Yeah, it turns out. We're pretty deep now. If you're listening, you're really invested.
If you're this far in, you're a true fan.
Let's ignore the obvious relationship joke for me. We don't want to ruin any
You
influx of
brought it
cash.
up. You
Oh.
brought it up.
Turns out,
We won't go there, but you brought it up.
Turns out.
the big fact is that we love all our sponsors.
Oh, yeah, we love it.
I love. No, I'm not saying it. Yeah, we love all our sponsors. Sorry.
You guys are great fucking people. If you want to sponsor, hit us up.
If anybody, seriously, you're looking to
Kyle, give him the
sponsor
email
this,
for business inquiries.
Okay, put me on the spot like that again. Fucking have to kill you.
What is it? The 785 what?
It's I don't know.
Kyle's gonna look that
Oh,
up for
shit.
a minute, real quick. I'm just
I have
gonna tell you, if you do want to sponsor us, we got some great deals, and if you sponsor with us from day one, we're gonna keep rolling with you, no matter how big we get, because we really appreciate that. IH Machinery. Oh, excuse me. What's this? What?
IH Machinery?
I'm a little drunk.
It's his business, Varsity Innovations. But his website, we'll go ahead and plug you again, Blake. That's gonna be an extra $5. I'm just kidding.
No
It's
shit. Money.
quickpinhitchpin.com. But at IH Machinery is his Instagram, where he has like
Exactly.
almost 40,000
A
followers.
lot of followers, man. His Instagram is popping.
Yeah. Okay, so our Gmail is podcast785@gmail.com.
Yeah, hit that up for any business inquiries.
We'll
if you
plug
wanna-
you.
or
get in-
shoot any of us a text message if you know us, whatever. We can
Yeah.
get it.
Get
we
in
can
on the
get
ground
it.
level. We're gonna keep you a fair rate all the way through if you
I'm
do.
gonna be honest with you, it's not free.
Dick pics only.
No, it's
though.
not free, but it's a good fair rate.
You say dick pics only? Please don't send dick pics to our Gmail. Piss me off.
We'll decide how much you have to pay by how big it is.
Yeah, no, seriously, no dick pics. But if
Wait,
you do
like little or more or little or
you
less?
include a shot of cleavage, we might give you a
A little or
discount.
more.
I'll decide when I
I'd
see
say
it.
little or less because you feel bad.
That's
Fair point.
nice.
Shit, I'm gonna sponsor us for like 80 cents.
Yeah, don't email in with no hogs.
Yeah, don't do
You
that.
come in here with a hog, it's gonna be $50 a
If your-
fucking mention.
If your dick's so big, you have to send like a Dropbox link. I don't want to fucking see it.
Okay, no dick pics. I was JKing, brother.
We got 2 notifications on
Or
our Twitter
sister.
page. Oh, sweet. Thanks for retweeting the tweet, but not fucking commenting on it. Just kidding. Thanks, viewers.
You guys are awesome.
We got a new follower. Tatum.
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 Nice.
Tatum.
Shout out Tatum. You need any rental equipment, construction equipment?
Hit up Tatum.
Hit up Tatum.
Well,
There's a
her-
free ad read next time. It's gonna cost you.
And her unidentified business.
yeah,
And
that's
her
true.
unidentified business.
Oh, man. We've been going at this for a while. Not really that long, actually. Like an hour 30, probably. No,
Easy money, baby.
hour 20. I'd say it's going pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people are gonna be sorely disappointed in this first podcast.
Think so.
I don't think so.
I think
I think
you're
we
doing
really
well.
hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You think so?
I do. How many times? Yeah.
I have a serious question. You think it's gonna be this every time? You think we're getting into some shit?
What do
Because
you mean
people
some shit?
people ask me
I-
all the time, like,
Time out. I have a 0% idea what you're talking about
Yeah,
just
me
based off
neither.
that sentence.
just let me go. Just
Okay.
don't interrupt me.
All right.
I've had people ask me like, "What are you going to talk about?" And I said current events and whatever we
That's
want to talk.
exactly what I said.
We're just gonna talk
Same.
about what we want to. But you think we're ever getting to like heavy stuff? Like,
Bring it up right now. Let's go.
okay.
Let's fucking
We think
do
we're
it.
like the George Floyd situation. Maybe we'll touch on that.
Oh, cool. We're going to have to
Fucking
now.
Christ.
You want to go? Oh, can I start off?
Go
I
ahead.
want
go
to say a
ahead, go
statement
ahead.
before you say it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Kyle. Kyle, lead us off.
Everything going on right now, whether you're black, white, purple, or green, the world is in fucking shambles.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And by the
100%.
world, I mean the United States, which means the world. We kind of run this motherfucker.
We run this mother.
That's really my opening statement on it, is that
I'm
no
gonna.
matter what your stance, you have to agree shit's fucked up.
Yep. No, I'm gonna jump right off where you were at. I think that's a great place to be. It's kind of sad where we're at now that it has turned into a divided issue, because I feel like everyone was in agreement that what we saw on video was atrocious,
yeah,
right?
it was wrong.
No,
Yeah.
no one disagrees with
No
that.
one disagrees at
Everyone thinks that's murder. That's wrong. That guy should be charged. Thank
There you
God he
go.
was.
Yep.
So I feel like everyone was united behind that, and it's a shame that over the course of a couple weeks, it has turned into something where we've had to take sides. I feel like most of Americans, I would say 85% of Americans, are on the same board where what we saw was wrong. Let's do what we
get
should.
Justice
what we,
for it.
let's
and
get
there,
justice
there
for
was
it.
justice for it. That's
Yeah.
my issue with the entire thing.
Yeah, but on the same side, there's no need to steal from businesses. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I mourn the loss of anything in my life, I don't go steal from Target. You know what I mean?
I think the goal maybe with that was, I don't agree with it, but I think the goal maybe with that was to just open eyes, because I will say that it's kind of just the
Are you
natural.
talking about the protest?
The
I am 100
violent side of the
I'm
protest.
100%
Okay.
okay with the protest.
No,
Like,
protest.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. That's something we
absolutely.
should definitely differentiate from, is protest and violence. I'm. Go ahead, Kyle. I don't want to interrupt you. Keep with your thoughts.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't agree with it, but I think the goal with all of the looting and all of that shit, in maybe some people's eyes, was they're trying to open the eyes of people in charge, which I think is a good idea, but I think you're going about it the exact wrong way. My biggest thing with it is, like Derek said, when you're mourning the loss of somebody, like, in my head, you're tarnishing his name by doing that.
Yeah, especially when his family's coming out and asking you to stop.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came out, yeah.
Well, you changed the entire, it turned into nothing about George Floyd.
Right.
It literally, that's what it turned
And
into.
there's a lot of people out there that I think are protesting in the most peaceful way possible,
No,
and they're
absolutely.
doing it.
There's a big
but
difference.
But
I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a First Amendment above anything person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I believe in free speech. I believe in the right to. I would protect your right to say something I disagree with above anything.
Absolutely.
But my mom had a good point. She's a 6th grade math teacher, and she said,
She's a hell of a woman. Love you, Joe.
Love you, Joe.
she said, do you ever remember being in class, in any grade really, probably before high school, and somebody in the class, whether it be like a fun group project or something like that, they do something and they ruin it for the rest of the class.
Absolutely.
And her point was, she was like, at that point, who do you turn your head at? You turn your head at the person who ruined it for the rest of the class. You don't get mad at authority because they're doing their job. So, in my opinion, when, is it right to go to a protest? And I think there are people out there that went to protest and are trying to be peaceful, and they end up with a rubber bullet in their dome.
I do
and
too.
that sucks. But at the same time, you have to understand that there's people, robbing stores and doing all that shit. And
in the same protest.
Yeah, and then authority has to take place.
Yep.
And the whole defund the police is bullshit.
That's an
Yeah, that's
absolute.
fucking
That's
stupid.
honestly.
Do it for 5 days and see what the fuck happens.
Anyone who
shit.
says that is you're either a normal citizen and you're ignorant, or even the politicians are saying don't believe it. If the Democratic nominee for president, Joe Biden, has came out and said he doesn't support defunding the police because everyone knows you need police. What we need is better policing. We don't need less policing. We need better policing.
I think you should have to go through more to become a
I
policeman.
agree. You should not have to take longer in
And-
school to cut hairstyles than you should
I agree.
to carry
I
a
agree.
9mm Glock and patrol
I
the
agree.
streets and uphold the Constitution. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. I definitely think there should definitely be way more training
There should be a way longer vetting
and-
process to
and-
become a police officer.
and
than
a
there should be
lot more
hairstylist.
like mental analysis,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
a lot.
I think
more.
there's too much, which it goes to anything. I mean, it goes to anything we all do, where we get into a situation where, we go by the book. Well, the book isn't right. It is,
Yeah.
but it's not what happens in real life.
You have to interpret
it
it.
happens for anybody.
Which comes back to you have to be able to evaluate how someone's going to react in
Exactly.
this situation.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I mean,
it shouldn't take 2 months for a police officer. Is that how long it is? Right? It's like
It's 4, 5, 6
4 or 5
months.
I don't know what it is
see,
for
I think
sure.
it should take a couple years.
Yeah, why not?
well, I
Now don't get this twisted, guys. We are back blue all the way. I love the police.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I hold your profession in such high esteem that I want to see the best people in there.
that's what I'm saying too. Is I don't think you should be able to get an associate's degree in a longer time than it takes to be a fucking cop.
Exactly. You're carrying around lethal
Like,
force
yeah.
with the
Absolutely.
backing of the U.S. Constitution. That's heavy weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's bad people out there. Like, we need police officers. We need, God bless what
Absolutely.
they do, because at the end of the day, I mean, I've been pulled over for speeding and other reasons. But at the end of the day, when you see a cop walking up, it's I mean, it gets your heart going, but also you have to think about they have no fucking idea what you're doing.
That's the other thing I would stress is, I mean, can you blame a police officer for being? And I don't want to get too into it, but when I live in small town Kansas, if I see a police officer, if I get pulled over by a police officer, just to make him feel better, I roll down my window before he even starts approaching. I put my hands on the wheel so he can see him, so that he knows he's safe, so that it makes the whole interaction better, just right off the jump.
That's fucking. You're a
And I
good
think
guy.
that's good advice for anybody.
Real quick, police academy is 15 weeks.
Yeah, that's foolish to me.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
15 weeks.
That's
That is 4 months. That's not even 4 months. That's 3 months and 3 weeks.
That's less than a semester of school.
Yeah.
That's
fucking
crazy.
stupid.
I had just learned managerial accounting by then. Are you kidding me?
I didn't know that was.
I knew what T accounts were. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
What is a
That's-
T account?
The assets, liabilities, credits, debits, that kind of shit.
Nice.
Sorry, I need better police. So when Derek says that shit, I get caught for killing him in his basement.
I'm calling 911. Hopefully they'll
hopefully
be here.
you're still there. Shit.
I saw some, and it said, I got two things. First one was I saw a meme, and it said, it was like a 911 operator, and it was like the person, it said like, help, there's someone breaking into my house. And she was like, stay on the phone, we're sending you hopes and prayers. And then the other thing I want to say is I saw somebody post on Facebook, and it was a meme, and it was like picture the pyramids, and it said, well, I'm on my way to cut down the pyramids because they had slaves 5,000 years ago. And I think that, like...
Can I hit on a heavy topic when you're done?
Yeah, I was going to say that I think that, like, that was funny as fuck, and I laughed. But at the same time, like, it hits on a real note where, like, at some point, we have to accept the fact that we did shit the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And we have to be better at it.
Absolutely.
And I understand that's kind of what the protests are about, but, like... And also, in my same opinion, there's got to be a finish line. And I've done a lot of reading and a lot of looking on, social media and seeing, all these people posting, and, like... I haven't seen a fucking solution. I've seen let's go riot and get the police's attention. Well, what happens when you have the police's attention?
Exactly.
And then they say, go out and vote in the next election. And your political standpoint, sure, you might think it has an effect on this, but like at the end of the day, you might think Donald Trump's a douchebag, but he's not out there like shoot the black people.
Yeah.
Or like
No one is.
No one's saying
one
that.
person that's saying that.
Yeah, that's like it's. I agree. There's a problem, but it's built in more into just system. Like it's.
Other thing is, it's not. I mean, the guy we went to school with, it's not just black people. Like, I mean, it's...
We see bad policing of white people, too.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, it's nothing to do with racial here. It's all, I mean, there's white people... There's white people protesting. There's white people that are breaking shit. There's white people that are doing shit. And there's black people doing this. It has nothing to do with racial.
It's not a racial thing. We want better cops. We want better citizens, period.
Absolutely.
But I want to go back to what you said about the pyramids and stuff like that. That is something that bothers me about America, is that... I don't care what anyone thinks. We live in the best country in the history of ever, no matter what, period. And we love, and I absolutely agree, we love to talk about our roots, slavery, the things we got wrong. And you're absolutely right. When this country started, we got things wrong. I mean, dead wrong. Slavery is an atrocity to human beings. But what we don't look at is we were one of the first places in the world that we finally looked at and said, these are human beings, and the fact that we treat them this way is terrible. There's still slavery going on in the world right now. Like, it's a thing. Slavery it's not exclusive to America. Where do you think we bought the slaves from?
When we bought slaves, they were enslaved by their own race.
Exactly. And that doesn't make what we did right. Don't get it twisted.
No.
That's wrong. But the point I'm trying to make is that we finally, when we wrote the Constitution, we said all men are created equal. We just didn't extend those rights to all men, which was wrong. Yep. But we have slowly throughout history gotten to the point where we said these are everyone's rights, and we're still working. Don't get me wrong, but what we can't be saying is America is an innately evil place because of it. You know what I mean?
And also, you got to look at the fact that the people that are living right now didn't do that.
Exactly.
So you can't. I mean, I'm not saying that our ancestors didn't have something to do with it, or along those lines, or whatever. And I'm not saying your ancestors didn't get slaved, but like you can't blame me for something that happened, so long ago for.
Just like I'm not
forever.
I'm not gonna blame you for anything. The highest value we should have as a Western civilization is the right of the individual and judging a person based off their own individual character.
Yeah, exactly. I don't judge off color. I judge off strictly character.
Exactly.
I actually got into an argument with one of our mutual high school teachers. I won't name them, but it was in a class, and we were talking about like
another smoke.
Diversity, within the workplace, and this certain teacher said that they thought there should be more females in positions of power. And I said, okay, why? And her rebuttal or her response was, there's just not enough. We need more. She's like, we need more minorities. We need more females, anything but, like an old men's club. And while I agree that it's exciting every time we get like a diverse person in a position of power or anything like that. I'm not going to call females diverse, but in the business world, like historically they are. Mm-hmm. So like when I see that, I think it's exciting and everything. But at the end of the day, I want somebody that's empowered, that is the most suited person for that job.
Absolutely.
Agree.
And I just don't think you can make a blanket statement and say there needs to be X number of this people in there, X number of that, and because I think then that really muddies the water, and you can do that for a while probably, but eventually that's going to turn into the racism we're talking about now, or the bias. It's just in the opposite way.
Exactly.
And I don't know.
So a perfect example is the Nordic countries, right? Norway, Sweden, all those, they love to cite them as these egalitarian, great societies. But the thing is, they went out of their way to make these as equal as physically possible. And what did they see? They didn't see men and women going into certain fields at the same rate. What they saw was men picking their preference and women picking their preference. Men like gadgets. They tend to go into STEM fields more like that. Women have hearts of gold. That's why we love them. That's why they work in healthcare. That's why they take care of people. It's because they're great people. They do the things that we don't do. And maybe we should do it more. But that's my whole point, is to each their own,
Absolutely.
I agree. And I think you kind of just hit it on the head, but there's like men and women are very capable of doing the exact same thing, but there are some things that I think genetically are easier for one of the sexes, like you said. I think, and maybe
Women
this just could be me and the people that I know, but I think that like women have a more innate empathy for everything around them.
Absolutely.
than men.
They have such big hearts.
Yeah. Like they just naturally love everything. And not to say that I hate everything, but like if I'm being told that I need to be nicer, 9 times out of 10 it's a fucking woman.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not wrong most of the time.
No, usually they're dead right, because they have that heart of gold.
Yeah. And we all know a lot of women like that. All of our mothers are very sweet.
Our mom are angels. Nick and Zach's girlfriends, great women. They're lover of kids, lover of people, caregivers, care providers. Hit me and Kyle up. We're looking for one of you.
please, somebody hit these motherfuckers up, please.
But my whole
Tired of
point.
listening to him talk about it.
Shut up. But my whole point is like, there's just. I think the worst thing we can do is try to act like men and women are the same. We are not.
No, absolutely.
No.
We are not the same.
100%.
There are two different brains, and that is not a bad thing. There's things men are responsible for doing that good for them, and there are things that women do that we absolutely can't. Growing a fucking child inside of our uterus. That is fucking incredible. What kind of science project are you guys doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty fucking sweet.
It is cool. Like, I don't know. I think it's a huge issue that not anyone can tackle, but I also think that, like, did you see Terry Cruz's tweet?
Absolutely.
He said I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he basically said, like, we can't solve racism without everybody.
Exactly.
And he was like, whether you like it or not, we're all in this together. And I agreed so much with that, because you can't.
Go ahead,
I
Nick.
think it backs to the sexist thing. It's not a I feel like people think this is a debate and like there's one good, one bad, but like it's just, there's no sense in making it that way. Like we've said, it's one way, one does one better, one does the other better. Don't make it about, don't make it such a debate anymore. Like there's no way around it.
No, I agree. And like Kyle just touched on a little bit ago with Terry Cruz's tweet. That's the thing that's upset me most about this whole situation in America recently, is I truly feel like all of Americans were on board with what we saw was wrong. We want to make this country better. We agreed that this was bad, and we need to quit giving air to the 5-10% that are shitty people. Mm-hmm. That's not what we need. What we need is all of us in agreement, like you said, white, black, green, purple, orange, red. We don't care. We think what we saw was wrong. We want things to be better.
And I don't know, kind of back to what I said, it's more a better way for you to understand it. I think people think it's still a touchy subject, and we're not trying to make it touchy. Like there's nothing bad about what we're saying. We're just saying that it's this way or one,
I think really what it comes down to is, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people, first of all, I want to say that at the end of the day, I think, like good old Luke Bryan said, I think most people are good. I think that
I want to believe that, and I'm not saying I don't believe that,
yeah,
but I agree. I want to believe that.
But the issue, I think, has been amounted to us versus them, and no matter where you stand on that side of it, there doesn't need to be a gap. And I know that
there always will be, but there shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's always going to be different types of people and different races, different sexes and everything like that. But I think right now the stance on black people is the Black Lives Matter campaign, and people of color think that it's the world against them. And I don't know how to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
There does need to be a fix, I agree, but I don't think the fix that they're trying to implement is the right one. I don't think that, Jimmy that works at Target should be punished because George Floyd died.
I can
The
get
Target
on,
in
I can get
Arizona.
I can get on board with
because-
a lot of things that you're talking about. It's when you tell me things like defund the police that I'm going to shut my brain off. That is foolish. That is stupid.
Yeah.
No one actually believes that, and if you do, what are you thinking? Like, who are you gonna call?
Well, I don't know if Nick sent you. Did Nick send you guys that video on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the greatest videos I've watched in 2020.
Yeah.
Which one was this?
You can
The
you can be a,
7-minute long dude on Fox News or
Yeah.
CNN or
Oh
something
yes,
like that.
yes.
you
That
can
was
be a back the
incredible.
blue guy and think that the blue needs to be better as well. But these aren't mutually exclusive positions.
Yeah, but like he said in that video, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, like he said in the video, it's not. Nope, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Idiot.
Damn. Hold on, it'll come to me. He says something really good in that video. Because he shows that video of the black guy who is getting his stuff. This was like in the 1990s maybe, or 1980s or whatever. In like the LA riots or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
that was like
You're talking about
I could be really wrong there.
no, there was
Why is it
that was the
Slipknot?
90s, early 90s,
It's,
92, 93 riots.
Rodney King,
Sure. But
the
he
guy that got the shit beat out of him by the police for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but like in his thing, it's like a black guy and he's a business owner, and they smashed all of his shit, and he's like,
Oh, that
I,
one.
I
That
came
one, that
from
one.
the ghetto.
He
He's
said,
like, I
"I'm
did
from
all
the
this.
ghetto. I'm
yeah.
trying to make it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you destroying my business?
Right.
You hate the white man.
Oh, that's what he says in the thing. Is he says that people that there's a certain group of people that don't contribute anything to society, and those are the people trying to tear it down.
Yeah.
Which I fully agree with, and that's I think my stance on the thing is like there's no easy way to do it. But I think everybody needs to get off the me versus you campaign
Absolutely.
and start, because most of those people, if you're out there and it bothers you day in and day out about a Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, and I'm not a part of the colored community, so I can't really speak to that. But if you are and it bothers you, then unite with those people that agree with you, and not just black people. I mean, white
And
people.
the
There's
thing is-
so many people out there that have the same stance as you that you can make positive change without all of the reckless side effects.
I agree.
Absolutely. The majority of America is not against oppressing
No, they're
black people.
They're
They
good
are.
people who they want to go to
Exactly.
their job.
They
They
all
want
want the
money.
same.
They want to provide for their family and have all the same opportunities.
Yes, they want to work hard. They want to,
That's the
make
American
money.
dream.
Everything they want to do that. But to lump everyone together, as every single white person together as we hate you is just wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
It's the same as if we were to lump every African American person together.
Right. Absolutely. Like we don't. I mean, I'm all about live out your life to the fullest.
Mhm.
You know.
And when we talk, that's the other thing is when we talk about there's not a person in the world here that would disagree that Martin Luther King is the greatest civil rights leader the world's ever seen.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about his greatest speech, it was, "I dream of the day when people judge my kids by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin." That's what we want. We don't.
Yes.
We don't want a you versus us. We
No.
want good people, whether you're black, white, purple, or orange, all standing up together. And that's why, again, I keep saying it is. This moment is so sad to me because I feel like black, white, purple, or orange, we all looked at it and said that was wrong, and we could stand up against it together and say we want better.
Absolutely.
And it shouldn't be a black or white issue. It shouldn't be this side, that side.
And I'm still yet to find one person that thinks what that cop did was okay.
If you think that the killing of George Floyd was a just situation, then you're a monster.
Yeah,
That was wrong.
You're just as bad as him.
You're just as bad.
Absolutely. I mean, still looking for someone that's okay with it.
Yeah.
It
I'm
is
waiting
definitely
for-
not okay.
I'm waiting for Kyle to get back here for a quick second here, but back to what he was talking about, this video that I had sent out. It was from Fox News, but this guy pretty much went about saying like we follow rules in this world. Like they're not, there's some unwritten rules and there's written rules. You can't drive, and if you shouldn't drive if you've been intoxicated. Like, I mean, that's a written rule.
Don't come at me like that.
I'm just It's not. I'm not coming at you. But then there's unwritten rules where you're sitting there and like you stand in line behind a guy at Walmart because you're checking out. You know,
Be
like
a shitty person.
That's an unwritten rule. You just kind of do it. You know, that's the way we were taught.
That's what civilized society is.
What's happening in the world right now is people don't think, they just are not following the rules. You know, I know they're unwritten, but it's what people do. Well, but then you have the people like us that follow the rules. They go get permits,
which is 90% of Americans.
And
I would go more than 90.
More than 90.
But I'm saying you have those
99%.
You have those people that go and follow those rules. They go get their permits. They go do this. They
do what society asks of them.
They help their kids if their kids need help. I'm not saying these people don't, but like it's just an unwritten, like if you can help your kids, you help your kids. That's what parents do. That's
essentially
what people do.
Be a good fucking person.
Like that's all that's. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, no shit.
There's 5% of the people in this world that are not doing that right now, and it makes the rest of the country look like shit.
Exactly.
And that's all that. I mean, that's what our point is here.
Regardless of race, religion, or creed, there's just a basic level of, they're called negative rights that everyone believes in. Do not murder, do not kill, do not steal. The golden rule is a great place to start. Treat others as you want to be treated. And if we all focused on our own individual self, and I was telling Kyle about Jordan Peterson, how much I love him the other day, but he has a great thing that says, put your room in perfect order before you cast the first stone. If everyone just focused on being a better version of themselves, putting their house in order, being good as an individual, that's how you make the world a better place.
Absolutely. It's
not by focusing on what other people do wrong. And I'm sure I'm guilty of it too. I love to get on Twitter and tweet about why I think you're an ignorant person. But if I spent more time focusing on what I need to do, then the world will be a better place.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think going back to what Nick said, how there's 5% of the population or something like that that's not following those rules.
At most.
That's where we need to turn our heads. Mm-hmm. And yes, some of those people are police officers. But
Absolutely.
Some of those people are bakers, and some of those people are X, Y, and Z, and they're just not in their daily life. Not to say that they're like terrible people and they're not murdering people, but like in a police officer's life, they're going to have an opportunity to show force more than the rest of us. And so that's where it comes down to.
Job.
So there's bad people in every profession, in every corner of everywhere.
There's people, going back to our origin story, financial advising is a great example. There are people in my industry that I think are scumbags. If you are giving financial advice to people and you're wanting to help people with their finances and you're out for your own profit, you're a piece of shit. You're an absolute piece of shit, and I deplore you. Your whole purpose is to secure someone's future and make sure they're secure financially. And if what you care about is how much money you make, jump off a fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Okay?
There's another bad person. Like, here's a scenario. My girlfriend lives with her friend. Had a plumber come look at their house in the first week. Had some issues. And this plumber was going to charge them about $2,500, I think was what the number was, to replace a hot water heater and run a line across the basement to fix a shower, to fix the rusted fitting by the shower.
Is that like a lot? I don't know.
Oh, that's a lot. Like,
how much is a lot?
$2,500 is a lot.
Okay. How much would you bid it for?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out, so like pretty much what the deal is, the amount of line that needed to be replaced was about 40 foot maybe.
Okay. And
the pipe's not that expensive. I would say probably $1 a foot.
So how much would you bid it for?
I mean, you're looking at like to replace a hot water heater, which is about $700, $800.
Maybe a grand total.
I mean, and that's to replace the hot water heater.
Is that with labor?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know how much a hot water heater is exactly, but yours. I mean, that's a. This plumber is looking at these two college gals saying, "Oh, absolutely. I'm going to get as much money as I can out of them."
That's because they don't know.
Exactly.
Don't know.
And in that situation, my girlfriend had called me and had said, like, "Hey, here's the deal." And I said, "Do not do anything. Like that is the stupidest thing you could ever do."
Yeah, fuck that.
Because he's literally just looking at you two and saying you're two college girls that don't know anything, and he's just gonna try and get as much out of you as he can.
Anywhere you can get a buck, yeah.
Turns out the hot water heater was on a vacation mode. All they had to do was flip a switch, and
my God.
Yep, and the plumber that I know came over and fixed a fitting for about all he did was fix a fitting and about a foot of pipe, and I think it was like charged him like $100 for pretty much so.
Okay, so at the end of the day, get you a Nick Earhart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, not you fucking little girls that are trying to hit on
Yeah,
Nick.
not
Fuck
all
you.
you.
Yeah,
He's
don't hit on me.
He's
We're
a
gonna have
woman.
problems, and
His
my girl
girlfriend
will kick your ass.
Yeah, his girlfriend will fucking whip your ass. At the end of the day,
She's kinda
she
mean.
She will fuck you up. Find her out.
Not really. She's not mean, but she's she'll definitely kick your ass if you come at me the wrong way.
Yeah,
Nick's taken.
Nick's taken.
I winked at him the other day, and I'm still don't have all movement in my shoulder from how hard she punched me.
Kyle and Derek are not taken though. I don't know if we've hit that yet, but
Wink at me.
I think we might have touched on it early in the podcast, but I don't think
Maybe
we've
a couple.
gotten too deep in it. But again, if you are looking at Barker34 on Twitter, go ahead and shoot it a DM. I'm a good guy.
debatable.
I can attest he is a good guy. He's probably the best guy here.
Oh, that's
Absolutely
fucking-
not.
Oh, false.
Absolutely
No,
not.
horse shit.
I'm an absolute sack.
the
of
best
hay.
guy. Okay, good. The best.
No, it's probably Nick.
It's absolutely Nick.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
I was gonna ask who's the best guy here, but we all agree it's Nick. Yeah.
So the best guy and the worst guy in the group are taken.
Nick,
Okay, that's
Nick,
horse shit.
Nick, can you come help me get my car out of a ditch?
Fuck you, Nick. That was one time.
2 times.
Wrong.
Elaborate.
You hit a tree.
Hit a tree.
When? Oh fuck, I did. Oh fuck, I forgot about that. That was a rough day for Z.
Yes, it was. And guess who was there?
Nicky
The
was.
greatest guy in the world.
Nick was
Nicholas.
Nick.
I was on about an hour and a half of sleep that particular day and decided that, I'd go help Zach. And then we decided that, let's go to Fake Patty's Day and spend the entire day drinking and the entire night drinking before. And I rolled on about it.
It turns out Zach went on a one-man match. So, okay, so when I get drunk, I like to wander. I'm a big wanderer when I get fucked up.
Oh, I remember that.
And,
that was 2 years ago? Or
yeah.
that was last year.
Yeah, and
It didn't happen this year, so yeah.
So Derek was. We're getting into it. Derek was supposed to propose the next day, and this is Fake Patty's.
You hate to see it.
He did. He,
Not supposed to. He did.
Turns out
9 out of
He
9
did
recommend not
propose,
doing
He
it.
did propose.
Hold on.
Yeah, he did.
Little tangent. He did propose. This is all the viewers need to know. He did propose, and currently, right now, he has no rings on his fingers. So
Yeah,
you
hit him
fill
up.
in the dots.
Hit him
Yeah,
up. Hit him
yeah.
up, hit
I
him
mean-
up, hit him
And
up,
neither
hit him up.
does the gal.
What the most incredible thing about it is that proposal, after hearing what they just said, you would think it was a no. Wrong.
It was a yes. It
Yeah,
was a yes.
I
It was an
wasn't-
affirmative yes with tears.
I wasn't invited to the proposal.
Yeah,
Is
actually,
that true?
You didn't invite me, but I was in Manhattan. So.
I think I still have the video I can post on our Twitter page. if you
We
want.
probably won't do that.
No, I don't think posting a video is the best idea, but
No, we won't do that. But anyways, yeah, okay. So it was. What was I going with this? Was I gonna?
you're a wanderer.
Fake Patty's
Oh
wanderer.
yeah, I'm a wanderer. So Nick, were
What's
you
that fucking concussion again?
with Kayla at this point?
No, negative,
a
Bubba.
long time before.
So Nick was just being a bitch still.
Oh no, Nick was just.
Me and Nick
let's
were
be honest,
sleeping
I was
at the house.
probably looking.
they were
for,
sleeping.
I was probably looking for.
Where were
some
you, Kyle?
girls.
Oh, you guys were fighting.
we were fighting, and
But in a good way. They were fighting with their love.
we're not together anymore.
Yeah, but anyways, and I was just wandering, man. I'm a big wanderer. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this now, but
Who in the fuck gave him a microphone?
Oh my god.
Okay, Zach was wandering. I don't know where you're going with this story, but I just remember Zach's like drinking, and I think you tried to recruit me. You like to single people out, and you're like, me and you, like Zach will pick a drunk partner at any party, and he's like, me and you are gonna get fucking tanked, and he was like, dude, let's like go, and I was like, no, I had a girlfriend, you know, her house was where we were staying at, so I was like, I'm gonna go back.
She was already very angry with him.
Yeah, and we were gonna take, like, I think we all went back and we took naps because Fake Patty's is from 7 a.m. to go to.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Nick had been
Right.
Nick
I
had
did not
about
take
an
a
hour and a
nap.
half of sleep since midnight from the night before. So
Thanks to
Nick
Zach.
was yeah.
thanks to me. I'm a big partier,
It
man.
had to be 2 nights before.
That was the fucking night that I slapped the shit out of you.
Yeah, it would have been
Or the morning. That was that
that was
morning.
the morning.
No, it
was the
wasn't.
morning.
Yes, it
No.
was. That was the same
No,
thing.
it
No, that
wasn't.
was 2
No,
years
that was
ago.
2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Different fake patties?
Different.
Yes,
Fake
different fake patties because we were at Kyle's house that particular
Wrong.
fake
Nick
patties.
did a front flip off my porch with a
Yeah,
cigarette
so
in his
did-
mouth.
Did with a
Yes, Nick
cigarette,
did-
and I
didn't
didn't
spill a
my
drop
beer.
of beer.
That was
one of the most impressive
impressive.
things I've ever seen.
Tweet
was
at us
your-
with your favorite cigarettes.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that subject.
We need something to smoke when we're talking to you.
Wrong.
I smoked Senecas and Newports.
I
I'm just
smoke,
kidding.
Camel
Mom and Dad,
Crush.
don't
What are
do
you,
that.
1987 in a fucking trailer with a kiddie pool?
I roll up to the gas station with my bumper dragging on the ground. And
Nice.
I tell my fucking stepkids to stay in the back, and I'm not rolling the windows down, even though it's 100 degrees, and Daddy's gonna go buy a pack of cigs.
That's how you build character, folks. That's
don't
what
have-
we're talking about. Individuals in America making good choices.
at Boomers the other night or last night. Guess what we parked next to?
El
A
Camino.
1998 Honda Odyssey.
Nope.
El Camino.
Nope.
Nick?
Park. At Boomers last night. What did we park next to, Nick? I'll give you
Kia
a
Soul.
I'm gonna guess something around the lines of a.
2004 Ford Fusion.
Boomers is to Holton. I'm gonna go with like a. I don't know. This could be really off subject.
Ford
probably
Focus.
Probably like a 95. Like
F-150.
All I want to say is, before you finish, 95 is the correct year.
Wow, nice, Nick.
95. A Toyota
Toyota
Camry.
Camry.
No. So that is a good guess. It was a 95 Buick Roadmaster.
Oh,
Actually,
my
was it yours?
Was it
my
yours?
old whip.
Oh my
it wasn't.
God.
Your
No, it
exact
was
old
not.
whip.
sitting in the
Your exact old whip.
same car. The guy that we sold it to was in the driver's seat.
No
shit.
way.
Almost took a picture of it, but it was like human in there, so I didn't do that.
I want to ask so many explicit questions about this vehicle. It's incredible.
I used to drive to work, and I had to, business casual to work, button down, dress pants, whatever. Well,
Sweating out your dick, huh?
yeah, because I blew the fucking AC compressor out, so I couldn't use air conditioning. So I'm rolling down the streets of Manhattan, 100 fucking degrees out with the windows down, and I could turn the air, like the vents on,
Nothing.
so it's just blowing like Satan's queefs all over me. It was so hot, but I did it anyway.
I have that same experience. When I worked at Advisors, AC went out on my car, and I had to go to work at about 7:30 every morning because the AC, like I said, it was gone. You got to go business casual, right? And that's the only time of day where it was 72 in mid-July.
I've seen Derek show up after we worked at Advisors with no shirt on, driving down, or he showed up at my house one day with no shirt on. And I said, Derek, why don't you have a shirt on? He said, dude, AC went out. It's hot on the way home.
I got my slacks rolled up above my knees.
So the truck I drive now, this is the first vehicle I've ever driven that has working AC.
You're a goddamn champion.
Fuck yes.
Isn't that crazy? Dale Earnhardt Sr., when he started racing, there was not AC in that vehicle.
Can you imagine how hot that would
That
fucking
son
be?
of a bitch engine is cooking in fucking middle of July.
Oh my God.
I've heard that like
I mean, let's be honest, though. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but every engine cooks about 190, 200 degrees. I mean, I know that's hot, and I know it's no AC, but, like...
It's at about 210 probably.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right, 210. But, like, let's be honest, though. I mean...
I was just...
I mean, anywhere
I'd say
from
probably
anywhere
211.
from 190 to 210. Like, I mean, that's the same as... I understand, like, it's a little different because it's just metal between you and the engine, but, like...
listen
Yeah.
listen
They're
to
all
this.
the same.
Listen to
Like,
this. NASCAR drivers, according to CNN.com, NASCAR drivers lose about 10 to 5
Fake
pounds
news.
in sweat per
I
race.
absolutely believe that.
Fake-
absolutely.
Have you
Fake
ever seen Mark
news.
Martin's body at 55? He looks like he's chiseled out of granite. I mean, he is just a stone at
Like, people-
55.
People talk shit on NASCAR, but them motherfuckers have to be in
You
good
ha-
ass shape.
No one can tell me that a NASCAR driver is not an athlete. That is
No,
a whole
absolutely.
nother level.
And yeah, so it says
like, let's
if,
go sit in a car for 4 hours and not piss. I mean, I know they piss.
Can
but
you
Jesus
imagine
Christ.
you're on Daytona Speedway, you're doing 200 miles an hour around a bank at 34 degrees,
and you're pissing in the middle
and
of
you're
it.
you're pissing down your leg, and you got sweat dripping out of your asshole.
Then if
Fuck
you had to
outta
shit,
here.
what if you have to shit?
Pretty
I
much
mean,
all they
like,
do is they put a bunch of babies in diapers in cars and say go.
Exactly.
What? Shitting and pissing in their pants? Come on.
but it
dude.
says
Boogity boogity boys, let's go racing.
it says if a driver loses more than 3% of his body weight in sweat and doesn't replace those fluids, focus and reflexes start declining.
Yeah, so literally
No,
me
I
every Friday.
love it 200 miles an
Literally
hour.
me every Friday.
Right. You every Friday, but you're not at a fucking vehicle going 100 mile an hour.
Right, but I was in a
100?
fucking...
double it.
Well, yeah, at least.
Depending on the speedway you're at.
My
Yeah,
thing with
100?
NASCAR.
Did he say 100?
Yeah.
They go like 130 at fucking goddamn Martinsville.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Oh my God! It says to NASCAR
Talladega's like
drivers.
205.
My thing is like, NASCAR's not my thing to watch, and
Unless, Kyle, that's the problem. I'm 40, you're not. When you turn 40,
Yeah, no shit. You
you
just
will
turned
love
21.
NASCAR. You'll turn it on. You'll listen to him say, boogity, 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 boys, let's go racing.
Then you
And
take a
you'll-
4-hour nap and you
you'll-
wake up in the
you'll
last
watch,
fucking
you'll
10
watch,
laps.
No. You'll watch the first about 15 laps. You say, oh, this is nice. People
a
are
nap.
spreading out because they haven't tuned their cars up yet. You're going to fall asleep, right? And you always, for some reason, wake up to the big one. Whenever it is, you wake up to the big one.
And your
it's usually,
bird will do a 90.
it's usually about 50 laps left, and then you will doze off, and then right about that 18 lap mark where it's getting to be some good racing, you tune back in, you watch the end of that. NASCAR's the best sport on a Sunday.
Well, my thing with NASCAR is like at the end of the day, it's 1,200 left turns. And
I mean, he's not
No,
wrong.
400 times what?
Four?
4, yeah. Because there's
1,600 left turns.
yeah, that's a lot.
I thought it was a 300 lap
depends
race.
It depends on
Yeah, it depends on
the
the race.
track, man.
Yeah. Well,
So,
unless
like-
they're doing a road course and they have
I mean,
some right turns
Daytona
in
has
there.
2 races. We have a 400 and we have a 500. That's a lot different. That's
Yeah.
20% difference in the race.
Yeah,
But
that's a big difference.
I'm not against NASCAR. It's just like you said. I'm not gonna sit down and watch it from
It's an
start
old-
to finish.
it's an old- no one does.
No
Okay.
one does. There's
You-
always
even
a
the
nap in there,
even the
dog.
people who love NASCAR. Me and my dad, this is our favorite thing to do.
The only
is
race that's-
sit in the
the only race
recliners
that-
and watch NASCAR and sleep for two and a half to 3 hours of a 4-hour race. We love it.
The only race that you want to halfway stay awake for,
Bristol.
or Talladega, because there's always a big wreck. And
Talladega.
Yeah, you know, but
Talladega.
Talladega's perfect. You can get that nap and
But,
you
like-
wake up for the big one.
But like, if you, the big one always happens 3/4 of the way through the race. Really, I mean,
It
like,
really
once-
is. It's about
once
it's about
tires start wearing.
It's about lap 50 when people are getting sideways.
Tires start wearing, and you're people are
So
getting-
Kyle was singing Talladega, and I once had some people told me I have more of an Eric Church singing voice.
interesting.
Why don't you go ahead and give it to us, Zach?
No, listen.
Talladega.
Your singing voice is like when you fart on the toilet and it echoes and sounds kind of good. That's your voice.
Okay, so what is yours?
Fucking way worse than that. My singing voice is terrible.
Amarillo by morning.
George, where are you at?
Up
I'm right from here.
San Antonio.
Nice.
I almost continued that, but I decided not to.
Copyright.
Yeah, no shit. JK.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
You have to sing like. I don't know. Actually, I don't.
Okay, question.
Yes.
If you had to drink,
Okay.
Bush.
obviously stupid fuck, if you had to drink, let me think. Okay, so Keystone or Coors?
Keystone.
Which are you going with?
Keystone easy.
Keystone.
Easy.
Coors.
What are you, some kind of fucking Brokeback Mountain cowboy, you bitch?
What are you, fucking Keystone? You Western
Dude, no, shut up. Don't talk
Listen to
shit.
me.
Western Kansas drink Keystone. I've been there, done it.
Kid? But Nick, you're such a
and-
big Dodge City guy from
Oh
Winston.
my god! I just saying, bro. I've been there, done it. Like,
Here's my
Keystone-
thing.
It's Keystone or Coors out there, and I'm not saying they all drink Coors, but like
They all drink Keystone. Is that what you're saying?
they do drink Keystone.
It's more of like a-
If you bring Busch Light to Western Kansas, you get your ass kicked.
Horse shit.
That's
Well,
literally what I was told.
No one can kick my ass with a Bush Light in my hand. So I
No
mean,
shit.
I mean, fair point,
I'm the
but-
goddamn Hulk.
Bulletproof, nothing to lose.
So I used to.
JK. No copyright, JK.
I used to like party with a lot of the K-State rodeo team, and
Big rodeo guy. Is that why you got a mullet?
Are you a cowboy?
You're
I
a
am
cowboy.
the farthest thing
You're
from
you're
a
a
cowboy.
roper.
You're a real cowboy,
You should
aren't
see him
you?
in
You
his
go ride
fucking-
bulls, bro.
You should see him in his blueberry bitch outfit right now.
Anyway,
He's wearing
if,
hay
if,
dates.
if at any point in time you think you're a cowboy, you automatically switch to drinking Coors.
You
Probably
have to.
Banquet. Anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you love a banquet.
No
Only-
Coors Light is, I mean, it's optional.
the only people at those parties that I associated with were the fucking ones that were wearing some starched ass fucking like Levi or Wrangler
You
jeans.
gotta be Wranglers.
They had about 6 mile long legs and they were slamming Keystones. Those were the cool guys. Maybe not the ones who were best at rodeo, but the ones that I wanted to fucking party with.
Kyle, I have a question.
Yes.
Can you turn Nick down just a little bit?
Turn Nick down. Is Nick loud?
No, he's talking more into the mic now.
I'm sorry.
He's really getting up there into
Yeah,
it.
he is.
My fault.
Much better.
If we were to guess who would have been the loudest on this, not Nikki.
No, not Nick.
I'm more of a quiet.
Well, I'll
I'm
break
more
it-
of a quiet guy.
I'll break it down here. Is me and Zach's definitely the quietest. But there's two
Yeah.
things you got to think about: is we're talking and then occasionally we laugh. Zach's the quietest. Derek's the loudest, on both fronts. Derek's
Mhm.
laugh is fucking probably gonna snap this fucking mixer in half. And then Nick's swaying back and forth, can't fucking talk into the microphone like the whole. He's like,
Nick's
hello.
drunk.
Okay, no, Nick's more of
not
like
that
Nick's more of like an excited guy. When he gets excited,
Yeah, he gets
very
pumped.
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
That's very true.
And then I'd say me and Zach are about my right middle of the road.
Yeah, but you're both soft as shit.
What does that make? You literally look like a fucking 20-pound fucking jelly bean. What the fuck does that even mean?
20-pound jelly bean. Huh.
I have a raptor. String it and hang from it.
No, too far.
Derek's profile, like in a silhouette, he looks like a fucking soft capital D.
Kyle looks like an I, lowercase.
I do. I have no neck. Just a weird little bobby thing on the top of my fucking shoulders. Nick's built like a lowercase H. I don't know why.
Kyle, what are we at for time here, boss?
We are at.
We're over 2 hours now.
We're at recording. I think we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes.
So we're about
Just-
155.
What?
What we're gonna put out?
No, recording. We're at 2:26. I'm saying we've been.
We're
We've been.
2:11. We're gonna put out. Oh,
Yeah.
holy shit! This is a lot longer than we
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be the first time, folks.
Well, that's.
We
I mean,
had-
that's
we had
first
some pretty good
episode.
topics though.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, by the way, if you need a good financial advising advice or any investment advice, go ahead and you just hit the line once again at Barter34. That also works if you're a single woman above a 6.
Derek's a 3 chasing 6s.
Hey, two
And if
fives.
it's,
Two
if
fives
it's
makes
in
a
a
10.
bar, he might chase. You
It's
know,
goddamn right.
he might go a little lower.
Derek's got his
Just
beer
looking for
goggles
someone to
on.
love, man.
Shut the fuck up. At the end of the day,
You guys want to wrap it up?
I don't care. We can't.
You
We're
think so?
getting pretty long.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we could go for another 2 hours.
We
but-
could
We
go
could
till
record
1 in the
episode
morning.
2 here real quick.
Yeah.
We
for
could do
sure.
that. You want to just cut it in half?
Well,
What are we gonna do next week?
you mean in 5 minutes?
Jack,
Shit.
something tells me that we're not gonna have a hard time coming up with content.
No, content's not the problem.
Okay. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you guys
I
think?
would say. I mean,
Kinda
I
sad,
think we
but-
called it a night.
All right, I'm
Okay.
kind of sad that we have to wrap.
I
it
hope
up.
y'all
Yeah.
enjoyed the first episode. I mean,
Yeah.
I know me and the boys, we had a goddamn blast. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a good time.
great time.
I miss
mean,
all you guys already.
Yeah, all 26 of you. Fucking
You guys
God
are-
bless. If you're here at this point, send me a DM. I love you.
Yeah, seriously, I'll
Go
respond to
ahead.
everyone.
Go ahead. Just we will respond to every DM you send us on this first episode. SOH_podcast. Hit us up. We appreciate the listens.
We love it all. I appreciate you guys so fucking much.
All right.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Well, just want to say thanks for checking out the first episode. No matter where you are listening or whatever, like subscribe or like it. I don't really know what you can do on SoundCloud if
I'm not
you're listening
sure.
there.
I
but
think you can follow on SoundCloud.
so if you're on SoundCloud, follow.
but
We're
definitely-
also working on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah.
yeah.
Getting it on there. So we'll
definitely
be there
hit us-
soon.
Definitely
we'll be
hit
there
that
soon.
subscribe on YouTube though.
Yeah, for sure.
You think we're gonna eventually get video?
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well subscribe now because when you get that video, you're gonna want it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So no matter where you are, whatever, yeah, subscribe, like, do whatever you can. That way, I mean, we know that at least somebody's enjoying this. Cause
Yeah, even if you just throw us a like.
yeah. So we'll know you're enjoying it. Again, thanks our sponsors, Putnam Crafts and Bar C Innovations. Check out their websites, and those are www.putnamcrafts.com. Anything crafty you can think of, she can make it.
Literally anything.
And
Yeah,
then the
absolutely.
quickpinhitchpin.com, you'll be able to buy those hitch pins, and it's a good investment. I mean, it'll save you money down the road, and you might never run into one of those situations, but
You'd be
Better
goddamn
safe than
glad
sorry.
when